What the heck is a quad lock?
Watch this to find out. Whether you're in the car, on the bike, on the water, in the air, your phone is an important tool. Keep it secure with quad lock.
You talk a lot, yeah.
Well, you've got a big influence on how the race goes.
Yeah.
Even though, sorry about the noise in the background.
No, you're right, mate. You're right.
There's noise? Oh, really?
Yeah, we've got Shane in the background, flat packing alcohol in the background.
Door Bumper Clear was way more professional.
Were they?
No.
That fucking hurts.
No, I'm joking.
Because I've seen that show.
Sound check.
He's in the fence! The boat's in the fence! All in the fence! Oh, unbelievable!
Sound check.
You got to say it.
Oh, shit. Sound check.
Sound check.
Single-hander.
Thanks for the coasters.
The coasters, they're stubby callers.
Stubby coolers.
And you didn't say
stubby
sound
coolers.
check.
Or sound
Cheers,
check.
mate.
Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
Good to have you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Cheers.
It's nice
Cheers,
to do one
Josh.
Cheers.
in
Yes, sir.
person finally.
I know. The last time we did this, we've actually done a pod with Shane before, but it was via Zoom. Everyone loved it. We got probably a little sideways and it went a little longer than it probably should have. Maybe we could have pulled the pin 30 minutes earlier.
Well, we turned up for that after a 30th birthday dinner. We were drinking. We were out for Carly Moore's 30th at Oriental Tea House. And we came back at midnight to the studio to
Jeez,
record
that's right.
that.
Yeah, because the time difference when we're in Australia is not great. But
It was
anyway.
after Martinsville for me. I was sitting right
Yeah.
there too, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, we have a very special guest in the house as well. Not only Shane Van Gisbergen, also Josh Williams. He's spotter.
Yeah.
Cup Series champion as spotter as well. So welcome to the show, man. It's good to
Thanks.
have
I'm
you.
excited to be here, yeah.
Well, we got a little bit of a sample of what you do, mate, at Daytona because you Shane took us up to see what you do for the Xfinity race up the top there. That was pretty wild. Like we both left, having it been our first chance to see what a spotter does in the flesh.
Yeah.
We couldn't believe it. Like I could not pay that much attention for that long.
It's a unique job. I think it's probably really unique to NASCAR and American motorsport, honestly. But yeah, it's super unique. And Daytona's, they're all packed up in 3 and 4 wide, and you're looking a long ways to the backstretch through binoculars through the race. And I'm glad you guys got to come over there and see it because it's definitely, it sounds easy when you're listening to it, but when you really see what you're looking at, it's a lot going on, and there's a lot of decision being made by me to him that he's making on top of that. So it's a lot of stuff going together.
At a super speedway, he is almost driving the car. Like the good super speedway spotters, they're almost guiding you through where to go. Not only for the crashes, but in normal, especially when I got to the lead, like he's telling me what lanes have the energy, and it's like almost like a remote control car. He's telling me where to go.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
The thing that blew me away too was because Daytona, we had some weather, like there was lightning in the area. So if your race is meant to be 2 hours, but it would have taken, potentially can take 3, 4, 5 sometimes.
We
So
sat
you've
up there for an hour,
Yeah.
killing time, didn't we?
So you just have to stay on for you actually don't know how long you've got to be on for.
Yeah.
And we had delays at Daytona and we ended up leaving before the end of the race because it was almost midnight or whatever it was. So
To interrupt, Coke 600, they made the shitty setup with the lights. He had this little chair for the 600 that he stood on for what's that, 5 hours?
I stood on a step ladder for 5 hours,
Yeah.
on a platform.
You probably seen
And
you
I'm
the photo.
pretty
for
hefty
6
fella.
hours on this photo.
We did mention before the pod, Quadlock's a spotter of our podcast.
Yep.
And we have got to get the spotters sorted out. Not just Josh, but sure, there's a few guys in the lane that need good mounts.
There's 40 guys that would use a lot of quad lock stuff, I promise.
Well, there we go. We've got 40
Yeah.
subs. But Quadlock, we're going to
Probably
hit
get
you
you
guys
in
up after this podcast and get some mounts for you guys. But
probably give him an AHU case too.
Yeah.
Give him a discount code.
Yeah.
Save me 15%. Appreciate it.
Here's a funny
5% off SVG 5.
Here's a funny story about Shane being an absolute tight ass. So, and I meant to wear it tonight. I was going to wear, because number 19 is my race number from growing up. And we went to JGR today with James Small. He gave us a hat. Unbelievable. To get a free hat was just so special because we've been asking Shane. Elliot sent him his own race merch for nothing. No charge. I've sent him Apex Hunters merch, the bar, the stubby collars we got here. I asked Shane for a hat. I said, hey, man, could you send us just a hat for the pod? You know what he sent us? A link to their website with a fake discount code. Didn't even work.
It was even a fake link. I'm like, this doesn't work. I'm trying to buy a fucking hoodie or something. And I'm like, doesn't work. And he didn't tell me it was fake until this week. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'll
3
get you-
times he sent us a link.
I'll
Doesn't
get
work.
you guys a discount code for the Ross Chastain and Connor Zillage stuff. Don't worry about it.
I was going to buy an Austin Hill shirt and wear it on here. I
don't
thought about
blame
just
you.
getting a Bobby Hill, King of the Hill shirt, wear it on the podcast just to take the piss. But
You
yeah,
nearly wore your Chase Briscoe hat tonight, didn't you?
I know, I forgot. I actually bought it for tonight. I was going to.
Could have
Bass
wore
Pro Shop.
Yeah, could have wore SVG hat if you would just get you one.
What's
But
it
the
been?
merchandise trailer's open. You can just go there.
Yeah, that was another thing you said.
Yeah, Tony, like, it's just
all
over,
three
over
days.
going to the bridge, mate, it's over there.
This was bad. Shane said, actually, I can't help you out with the merch because it's a separate company. And then, like, 30 seconds later, he goes, oh, I get a cut on the merch sales. And I said, so hang on, how come, can you not get me any discount? Like, you take a clip on the sales and I can't get a discount either. What a...
Did also see a cupboard in the hauler that had like 50 hats in there. Surely you're not going to miss 3, mate. Let's be honest.
And then he goes out there and signs autographs too. It's like he could just
I
get
give
you
them to kids and stuff.
Well,
That's more
Darlington,
I'm going to walk around like this trying to get a free fucking hat.
well, Darlington might be our last weekend with Trackhouse, so maybe we just steal one. Don't even tell
Whoa,
anyone.
whoa,
We just
whoa.
take a hat.
That's true.
But no, it has been really cool and interesting. But what's it been like? I have to ask, because 2023 you won the Cup
Yep.
Series as spotter with Blaney.
Yes, sir.
God, he's good.
How tough's it been, to deal with someone like Shane after having someone like Ryan Blaney as your driver? Is it a big adjustment, not just the talent you've lost, but you know?
All right, I'll start with this. I've won the most races I've ever won this year with Shane, so I'll give him that credit.
That is wild. Okay.
It is.
Okay,
Oh, well, that's
good.
just shut you down. That's Scotty.
I'm Team Shane over here.
We're not-
I get free hats. I
Yeah,
get free
well,
hats.
clearly you've got one on, yeah.
we are not here to pump this bloke's tires up.
I know.
You want another beer already, mate?
Yeah, I'll get that.
help yourself.
I'll double fist and I'll really talk about you.
So what's it been like working with Shane though this year?
It's been awesome. I think, honestly, we kind of hit the ground running pretty quick. Like, it took a few weeks just to understand my lingo and having trust in what I'm saying and seeing it. But I think once he did get trust in me, I think it's been pretty smooth. And I think it's been probably a breath of fresh air to kind of start over, like learning places he's never been and what he's looking for, and kind of almost start by dumbing it down because he's going to places for the first time. And then you work your way up to in more detail than I've probably ever been in. So it's been awesome, and it's kind of made me enjoy coming to work more than I ever have too, just from the work aspect. Like, there's weeks that we get a top 20 and it's like a win because it's what you're working towards.
So I guess 38 weeks on the road. This has kind of revitalized you, I guess, in a way to
100%.
start a new. It's almost like when you go do something different. It's like probably when you've come to Cup Series too. Like you did
Same
Supercars
thing, yeah.
for so long.
Yeah.
Coming 20th doesn't feel like a loss because you're challenging yourself and starting again to learn something new. You kind of get the love for the sport again back.
Yeah, that was my biggest thing is you do it so often. If you're not enjoying showing up to work, it gets old quick.
Yeah.
You have to really wake up every morning wanting to go to work. So that's been probably the biggest thing, like with him, like every day, like there's Mondays and Tuesdays that we're in meetings and it's fun to go to work because you're learning something new or he's learning something new. And like you see that progress every 5 laps or something new. So that's been the biggest thing to me is every week is fun. Even if the results don't show it every week we have fun and learning something.
And for our listeners, mate, most of them are Aussies or Kiwis. You're doing 3 different series too, right? So you're doing Shane and Cup, you're doing Connor Zilic and Xfinity, and you're also doing lane rigs in the truck.
Yep.
So how many races are you actually calling across the season?
This year I'll do 105 to 110. I'll do a few handful of like Xfinity races. I did the Rolex with Shane this year. That was my first thing this year.
Oh, the 24?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I did the Rolex 24 with Shane.
Yeah.
With Shane and Connor and Scotty Max. So that was pretty cool.
You spot for that.
Yeah, so we'll have 2 spotters and we'll rotate like 4-hour shifts.
Wow.
I had no idea that
Yep.
Yeah.
Rolex had spotters here.
Yeah, I had one in 2017 for the first time. First few years I didn't have one,
Yep.
then we did. For the prototypes, it's awesome.
Yeah, okay.
And then
So you've
Yeah.
done Le Mans though. They don't do that. That's similar racing style, I guess. But
they
don't
would give
they
you a
don't-
warning when a group of prototypes are coming because they'd look at the track map. But Daytona, you can even on the road course, you can see the whole track.
Yeah, you have one guy that does it all.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
didn't
cool.
know that.
So
It's the only road course I've had it, I think, before NASCAR.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
it's also been a pretty good year for you, mate. How many races have you won?
14.
14. And you've been on a run. Is it like 11 over the last 7 weeks or
It was
something?
11 of the last 20 into this week, so it would have been 12 of the last 22.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
And you spotted Parker Kligerman.
I
on the
did
weekend
Parker.
as well.
Yeah, that was a weird situation with switching drivers, especially at a place
He
like
talked
Daytona.
back to you much at first?
He was pretty
Trying to-
quiet at first, but it was definitely, I would say stuff and he wouldn't react, like just learning me. And he told me after, like Saturday, we talked and he was like, yeah, there was like, I had to understand your lingo and what, I had to watch it as you were
Yeah.
saying it first. And then once we went through like part of the race and I started to understand you, like it clicked with me. But that was weird. Yeah.
Excuse me. Is there any opportunity on sim to practice any spotting or trying to understand each other lingo before the
I've
race?
tried before, but it's not it doesn't happen as fast, and it's not as many like quick reactions. The
Yeah,
sim,
okay.
everything's just so much slower,
Yep.
and you don't have the emotion of like having to be right in a quarter of a second.
Yeah, there's not something on the line, I guess, that
Yeah.
you can say clear without the same.
Yeah, and you don't really get the same visuals. Like on the sim, you can run the helicopter angle and just look right down and see
Yeah,
everything versus angles we have are tough sometimes.
That must have been tough even for him to jump in, because he jumped in like 20 laps in or something
Yeah.
just before the end of the first stage, I think it was.
Yeah, so he got in like 20 laps in. We ran 7 or 8 laps and just kind of rode around. And then we did the next stage. We started second. So like we started right up front.
Oh yeah, remember we saw him keep coming in for fuel.
Yeah.
That's right. They were
and then
topping off.
they
yeah.
flipped the stage,
Yeah.
and he's in a brand new car 8 laps in. Oh, I'm in the lead now.
Yeah. We started up front, and then all of a sudden it's like I'm up there talking nonstop, and he's like, "This guy's talking a lot."
I
Like,
made a
trying to
mistake.
understand
I
it.
didn't take radios up. It
Oh,
would have been
you get
good
to
to.
hear
Yeah, I wish
listen,
I could have heard
yeah.
that, but I did get to listen on Sunday. So I
Yeah.
did hear during Shane's race you chatting.
Yeah.
But I learned. I took Mitch McAvoy up start of the year with a couple of headsets,
Yep.
and we didn't have binoculars, but we were watching Connor's car as he was spotting it. And I didn't do it last year, but I learned a lot this year. I'm like, oh shit! Like off 4 when the cars are coming towards you, there's almost a blind spot in your peripheral, or like the depth perception
Yeah,
changes. You
changes.
can't quite tell the offsets, and it's like you realize as a driver why he might go silent for a second or give you less detail because you can't tell
Yeah,
until he
okay.
gets there, or it's quite cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, or
You
he'll
just get
know.
more understanding.
So if the spotter's silent, are you just holding station? Like at a place like that? Is that what you learnt, mate? Like from that? Like if he's not talking,
at a
that
super
you're not...
speedway, there's not many times he's silent. Like when we chose to be safe and he knew I was in no danger, you could tell he's looking ahead and he wouldn't give me much details of what's around me. But like at a intermediate, there's laps almost, there'll be a couple of laps where it'd be silent maybe.
Yeah.
But normally it's almost every lap or two they're
Yeah.
talking.
My radios at Daytona, if you're keyed up for a minute, they'll beep back at you. Mine do that every 4 or 5 laps. I'll be
Yeah.
keyed up for 1 lap straight.
Yeah.
And I have to literally let off the button and start talking again.
Well,
But there was an incident that happened on the weekend, and I went to talk back to be a smartass, and he just kept talking the whole time. He would have talked for 2 laps, but it was all information
really?
I needed.
Yeah.
And by the time
you're like, the joke's done.
Yeah, by the time I'd stop, I'm like, I can't talk about it now. Hang on. It's fine.
we got to go again. Yeah. Because it was funny because, as Scotty said, we threw the cans on and listened. And then there was a point of the race in Daytona where you guys had pitted. I think it's for your helmet thing, Shane. And you dropped off the lead pack. So there was 2 or 3 laps where you just said to him, mate, just haul ass, catch back
Oh, that
up.
was the
and
crash, I think, where you called like avoidance for that. Was that the one?
No, that was later.
Yeah.
This is I had to clear all the steamers that had crashed.
Yeah.
And I didn't clear them fast enough.
Yeah.
we kind of
we
lost
lost
a
the
little
pack.
So I
bit.
lost the
Okay,
pack.
ignore me. Carry on.
But that was interesting because that was the first time where for like a lap or so you didn't actually say it because nothing to tell him. He was in fresh air, just catch the pack and then we'll go
Yeah.
from there. And that was, I guess, where you had a little break for a couple of minutes. And then,
Yeah.
but other than that, it was
I
pretty
looked
much...
at Elliot and I was like, is your radio working? 'Cause
Well,
from
I
the
checked it.
start-
I'm like, because I'd bumped mine at one point. I was scanned to Priest's car. So I was like, oh, maybe I've bumped it again. I'm like, oh, no, that makes sense because he said, I'm just going to let you do your thing for a
Yeah.
couple of laps and then...
When you're in the pack, you almost can't say enough, and you'll start saying a sentence, and you'll get like halfway through it, and you're like, that sentence doesn't matter anymore. Like something else has
moved
already
on.
happened. Yeah. Like there's times that you get halfway through a sentence, and you're already like, this is wasteful. I need to get to my next sentence.
How do you become a spotter? What's your background?
I have a really unique background. So my father worked for Dale Earnhardt Sr. for 20 years.
Wow.
So he did merchandising, marketing, souvenir stuff. So that's kind of how I
Wow.
got in the sport. And then
Big industry. I watched the latest documentary they just produced.
It's
And
awesome.
I'm like, holy, I had no idea. $1 billion industry.
Yeah, it's
at
crazy.
one point. It's just
Yeah.
crazy. And he had like 30% of it or something.
yeah, he was like 30% of it.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
couldn't
I
believe
watched
it.
the same thing. Yeah. It's
Yeah, fucking blew
mind
me
blowing.
away. Yeah. Sorry,
Like-
go on.
No, you're good. But now, like souvenir trailers, there's 15 out there. Dale at one point had like 8 himself. Yeah, they had like 8 himself. So it was crazy. But my dad worked for Dale Senior, so I grew up around the sport and like Dale, but I never spotted. I just listened like any race fan.
Yep.
And then I was friends with Scott Speed through golf because I played pro golf when I was like out of high school and for a few years. I was friends with him and he was like starting to get back into NASCAR stuff, and he was like, "Why don't you come like spot for me so we can play golf?" And I'm like, "I don't know how to spot, but okay." He's like, "I'll teach you. Like it's fine." So I literally started spotting just from being a friend with a driver and
Playing golf
like,
with him.
having a reason to go on the weekends, and we play golf.
Was he
on
an
Sa-
archer at that time? Or
It was NASCAR. It was like
he was-
after he got let go at Red Bull the first time.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
So he like did
So
that.
he had done F1 prior, had he Scott Speed, and then come back.
He did F1, came to NASCAR Red Bull with them originally, and then when he got like let go from there, he did like some back marker NASCAR stuff,
Yep.
and that's when I started with him. So it was like, we're going to be in the back. Like, I'll come teach you and whatever. So I played golf on Saturday and spot on Sunday to pay for my golf tournaments I was trying to play for a few years.
unreal.
Yeah. And then from there, I just kind of got into it enough that I got good enough, I guess. And then it was like, I'm wasting my money trying to play golf and I could just spot.
Yeah, right.
So I think 2011 was my first full year of spotting.
Off the pod, did you say you played with Scotty Mack as well?
Yeah, yeah.
What's his rating at golf?
Scotty Mack,
Hey,
he's probably
how
a
would you call him?
+8 or so, +7
Really?
or +8.
Shit, that's
or
pretty good.
7 or 8. Yeah, he's good. Like he's like a 7 or 8, not a +8.
That's pretty good. Like Elliot said when we came over, actually, we should find a day to play golf with Shane. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't really feel like you're the guy
He's
to
not
play
a
golf.
type.
Golf
Yeah.
sucks.
Shane shaking his head.
I like
Fuck
top
that.
golf or
Top
mini
golf.
golf.
Yeah, 'cause
but
you bring-
all the stuff.
Top golf or
all the
mini
stuff-
golf.
all the
Mini
stuff
golf.
in between.
Yeah, he's like I can walk between the holes. I'm good.
I'll take a
It's
golf,
similar,
buddy.
right? Top golf and mini golf to playing pro golf.
It's exactly the same.
it's
Yeah,
much
it's like
the
sim
same.
racing versus
Yeah.
real
Yeah,
racing.
hire carts versus the Daytona 500.
Yeah. It's like
great.
your local go kart track versus the Daytona 500.
Yeah.
I'm good at angry birds at top golf. Yeah.
What are you playing off now, mate?
I am a +3, so my handicap's a +3, so like 3 under.
So how often will you still play now?
This year I haven't played much. We've been pretty busy,
Yeah.
but normally I'd play once a week. I've probably played 3 times all year this year.
Wow.
So yeah, but every time I played, I've shot like 70.
Fuck, that's wild.
Yeah,
I
miss it.
enjoy golf. We play a bit. We've had a few games where like we've sat out the end.
I mean, we're
and
terrible, but
we just have a good time. We're out there for a good time.
Scott calls it whack fuck, which is
Whack
very accurate. I'm like,
Yeah, I do.
whack. That's another ball in the pond. Damn it.
Fuck, we tear through some balls. Like my bag, I've got everyone covered. I go in the shop almost every time, buy 3 to 6 balls. Just top the bag up, make sure
I
we've
buy a
got
box. What are they buying? They're like 30 or something. I buy
we're
terrible.
those golfers, but I actually love it. Like
We
I
have a
was
good
playing
time.
a lot in Queensland. Melbourne in Australia is a little bit harder because it's so much colder. Hunters, I just want to take a moment to thank one of our fantastic supporters, Shaw & Partners Financial Services. Shaw & Partners are a leading national investment advice and wealth management firm. They act for and on behalf of individuals, institutions, corporates, charities, and family offices. So, if you're looking for advice or assistance with investments or strategies, look no further than Shaw & Partners Financial Services. With a 35-year history and 8 offices strategically placed all over Australia, their financial advisors are within reach and ready to provide tailored solutions and advice. For more information, follow the link in the description of this podcast. Back to the show. I did want to ask, have you guys worked together, or have you worked with a different spotter before, or is this Is this a long-term relationship we're looking at here?
Yeah. So I had a guy.
Is it love?
Frank,
Is it love?
I had a guy, Frank Diney, last year.
Yep.
And he was awesome as well. And like he was an ex-racer too, so sort of knew how it was going. But he lived near Richmond, I think. So it was like 6 hours north. Mm-hmm. So every week we'd have like a half an hour phone call or whatever, but you wouldn't do the prep stuff. And like his spotting was really good and he'd tell me stuff, but it was only like as practice was starting. Whereas with Josh, he lives half an hour away and he's at the shop 2 or 3 times a week with us, and you do all the post stuff, pre stuff, and you know what's happening before you get there on the weekend. You just can do so much more intense prep stuff. And then socially we hang out a lot more. We race on the sim a couple of nights a week or whatever, and just get to know each other a lot better.
Yep.
Whereas with Frank it was a bit harder. He's a lot older and just very different. So I feel like this year, like the spotting stuff is obviously better, but it's because you build the relationship a lot more.
Yeah, is that like back home? Because in our world, we talk a lot about the driver and engineer relationship.
Similar.
It must be similar because you have to understand the language. I mean, that's probably what's so impressive about Parker and yourself.
Yeah.
Calling a race
that was
on a
really
weekend
cool
a
for
win
me,
is
yeah.
just absolutely
So it's
wild.
almost like because there's us and also Stephen, the crew chief, who like we do our main meetings, but then
Yep.
we also have meetings with the engineers as well and car prep guys. Like there's a few things that we do, processes through the week, but then Thursdays normally, isn't it? Our prep meeting, and we'll sit here or we'll sit at the workshop and watch most of the race, the highlights, and go through our objectives for the weekend. Like
That's one thing I love too. Like I like sitting in meetings that I'm not even really involved in, just to know what everybody's goals are.
Yeah,
like I'll
right.
sit in him and engineering meetings, and they're talking about the car.
And just listen.
I could care less about the car from my job, but I want to know what they're looking into, what they're trying to accomplish because I can help relay that once I know everybody's goals. You know what I mean? So I'll
Yeah,
go.
like we sit on a Monday lunch and get a kale salad and chill out.
Good kale salad. I'm a
Couple
kale guy.
athletes.
Are you, are you just saying that because you're on the pod, like so publicly?
That's an
everyone's
inside
like,
joke. I obviously like meat.
Okay,
Our crew
I was
chief-
gonna say, I'm like,
our
you
crew
turn
chief
up-
weighs like 107 pounds. He likes kale. So my joke every week is where we're going to lunch. As long as it's not kale salad, I'm good.
okay.
If we go for lunch, we have like a meeting and we'll say we'll go for lunch. And if it's not somewhere that's just crap food, I'm going home. He won't come unless he knows that it's going to be it.
Well, we've just
is fine.
come from dinner before the pod, and you arrived at dinner with a milkshake beforehand, and I'm like, and then we've had good meals. I'm like, fuck, cow salad doesn't seem like that was on the agenda tonight.
I'm not eating kale salad.
And when you say here, we'll say we are at your bar in your shed. If people are wondering where we are and why it looks different on our podcast, we're in Mooresville, and we've commandeered Shane's pod. We did one with James Small last night, which is cool too, but this looks very different for our listeners. But we are on the road. We've flown with all our equipment. DJ Paulie is behind the cameras as well. He's come with us
Paulie
too.
D.
You
From
wouldn't come
Mooresville.
all this
So
way
it's very
for a
different.
kale
Yeah.
salad, would you?
No.
But
Yeah,
we have not had. I can confirm we have not had one cow salad
I don't think
since
I've had
we've
a
been here.
vegetable since I've been here, other than a chip.
Hey, we went for a
I
run
wouldn't say
today.
that.
It was good. We
Yeah.
went for a run.
Oh,
You guys
that
went
was
for a
fine,
run.
but
I took a nap.
I haven't seen a piece of broccoli since I've been here. This is AHU headquarters too, really, isn't it?
It's been good. Yeah, it's been really good.
I've got a question for you, mate. The
Yes, sir.
cars are so different now between Cup and Xfinity.
Yep.
And the way that they work the air on things like that. Does that come into account for you
Yes.
calling, like where they are and helping them with that?
Yes, it's very hard. Xfinity is a little bit easier to kind of control and stay up front and control lanes with aero versus Cup is a lot more like big runs coming in. It's hard to do. So like we led the other night and it's like there's darts coming every lap, right? But Xfinity is a little bit, I wouldn't say easier, but it's a little bit more, you have control of it. So it's definitely a total different, and it takes 10 or 15 laps to just get in a rhythm of how fast runs come.
Yeah.
And it even affects like restarts at other tracks. Like you go to a regular 1.5 mile track and Cup cars are all packed together and big runs and cars everywhere, and Xfinity is just not the same. So it definitely changes a lot from one day to the next. So it's a lot different, yeah.
Yeah.
How was you did go on door bumper clear, but some of our listeners may not watch that. But
Yeah.
what was the atmosphere like? Because you were spotting for Connor when he chose not to choose the long skinny one on the right and fence old mate.
That was, yeah.
Yeah, what's that like though? Because you're obviously spotting for Shane in
Yeah.
Cup Series this weekend. So for those, I don't know when we'll put this pod
He
out.
tried to ring me under yellow when I
Under
left
red, I
the
tried to
media
call him.
centre. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
he
Just to
didn't
go?
answer.
Are you
Yes,
okay?
Absolutely, didn't answer. More so to get his side of the story because I just wanted like,
Yeah.
if Connor asked anything else, I wanted to have the truth.
Shit, that's good.
Yeah, so like,
Connor, Shane hates you. Don't go back to the hauler.
if,
Avoid
if that's the
hauler.
truth, I'm not going to talk about it. But if Shane says, that's part of my fault or whatever, I can just kind of smooth it out more, whatever. But it's super awkward because obviously I work with Shane 38 weeks a year. I work with Connor 30, so I'm with them a lot.
Yep.
And I don't want them ever to get in each other. Like, it's awesome watching them race, but you don't want them to wreck. So, like, the racing stuff is fun. It's great battling it out. Like, Chicago was fun. Sonoma was fun.
Yeah.
And then Shane gets wrecked, and I feel bad for Shane. But I'm on Connor's car, so, like, obviously you still want to win, and your
Yeah.
car matters. But also I don't want Shane wrecked. So that's why I was like, what was, like, I called him because I'm like, what's your side of what happened? Because
Yeah.
I see it, but I'm also biased because I'm on one side.
Yeah.
But just where are you at?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, Shane did unwind the lock at Chicago and nearly put Connor in the wall.
Yeah, sorry.
So,
Sorry, got tight.
so yeah, I got tired in the apex. So maybe Shane had it coming. I mean, if I was kind of spotter in that moment, maybe you just go, look,
Get
dude,
it, get it.
He had it coming.
No.
It was,
Karen, you're right.
it was funny though, listening to you on Door Bumper Clear, where you're like, you were telling Connor, no, you're good, man. You just keep doing
Oh,
your
yeah.
thing, and then he's like, no, tell me, did I wreck him? And you're like, no. And then on the show, once obviously the race had settled, you're like, yeah, no, you wrecked
I probably
him.
lied. Yeah.
Yeah, prior to the finish, the last time I heard that was we were watching highlights the other night. Marcus Ambrose celebrated the win coming to the second last corner. Mm-hmm. And Connor coming to the second last corner was like, can you just tell me, did I wreck him or not? Like,
Yeah.
he's having an emotional
still
dilemma.
thinking about it,
And
yeah.
the race isn't over. And you're like, look, man, let's just get to the line.
Let's just finish
It's all
it.
good.
It's not over. Yeah.
It must be tough, though, because, yeah, you've got an axe in... Well, you're like hedging your bets, really, with both guys, and you need to maintain that relationship. But it's
It's
going to
almost a
happen next
therapist
year.
during the race sometimes.
Yeah, and I would say that's probably more of where I was coming from during the race. Like when I was
Yeah.
telling Connor, like, you didn't do anything wrong. Like, doesn't totally mean I don't think you did anything wrong. But if I key up and be like, yeah, you totally wrecked him. Like, what the hell was that? Then he's going to be upset about that. Our relationship's going to be awkward for the next 15 laps. and we're probably not going to win because we're focused on a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just like, just get through it, whatever. We'll worry about it later. Which is why when we had the red flag for 45 minutes, I tried to call Shane because I'm like, where's his mind at with it, you know?
Yeah. You were surprisingly good, actually, before we move on from it, though, because it is a big incident. I think it's fun to talk about because next year I'm excited to see what Connor does on the road courses because as a fan, I'm hoping we see two of you go head-to-head at every race. Like, not only, obviously, I'm sure the other guys are lifting, like the gap's not that big, I don't think, between the others, but Connor's going to be, I think it's not the last time we could see this happen.
Mexico would disagree with you, but that's cool.
What's that, Mexico?
Mexico would disagree
well,
with
yeah,
you.
and even Watkins at the end, the 11-second gap. But, you know, I think Connor's very fast. It's not like the Cup Series guys haven't improved. Like, look at Will Brown when he came over. It wasn't like he just turned up and, you know, it's fucking hard. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to next year. It's going to be interesting. But you are with Shane next year.
Yeah. Breaking
Couple
news.
years.
Or at least
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
We break news here all the time on AHU, mate.
Well, look,
No,
whether-
We saved it for you guys.
Well, whether it's
new contract.
we can delay this. Anyway.
We should have
We're
made
not-
him
we're
pay
not-
tonight. He just signed a new deal.
It's just new deal done.
Yep.
How many years we got?
I had to come drink his free beer.
How many years we got on the deal?
As long as he's here, I'm here.
You taking 5% on his merch?
7%. I can get you guys a discount.
yeah,
I know the discount code.
There you go.
So is he paying really well, or is he just a good bastard? And you're like, you know, what, as long as he
free beer.
Yeah.
Couple of bush lights and the odd pizza.
He saved me $9 tonight.
Oh, that's
Only
good.
half of them. I got to drink them too.
Oh, that's good. Well, congrats. I mean, we've spent a little bit of time with you, and you can definitely see the relationship is similar to back home with an engineer and driver.
Yeah,
and it's
has to
fun. I'm nearly empty too, Barb, so I'll be doing one. Yeah, I love it. I'm very interested in the spotter driver relationship because on the weekend I had no idea how much the communication was, and it isn't just call and door bumper clear.
It's a whole lot more
It's
than
you're controlling the mood of Shane.
Yeah.
If he's
Nah, the
complaining
other
about the car being tight, you're the guy that's moving
to
him on,
get
get to
through
the
it.
next
Yeah.
thing. Let's not.
Have
get
you ever
caught up.
raced anything with like a spotter style? I mean, you probably haven't.
Never.
Like an
I'm
engineer.
fascinated by it. Like
Yeah.
the stops here. I'm not like negative on supercars. I love it. I just think we should try and bring in some of the stuff that's here
Mm-hmm.
to back home. And stops are one thing. I love the way that you're involved, like listening on the weekend, how much you talk to Shane.
It'll be cool because
it's
you're coming
cool.
to Darlington, right?
Yeah,
It's
I want
gonna
to
be
see
such a different style.
It's so different to what
but it's
Daytona was.
It's just as I wouldn't say it's much talking, but it's just as much info.
Yeah, okay. I
But
ran
it's-
some laps last night on the sim, and the cool thing because it was good that you
the reset button got worn out.
Fuck. Oh, I was
Where did you
play-
get?
we're
Off the
playing-
hill into one, off a two, or into three? There's one of those three.
I was tight into one, up the top,
Yeah.
full throttle at the D in Darlington,
Yeah.
and then I was
Little bird turned
high
down.
line through 3 and 4. Had it sorted. I was still 3/10 off Shane though, which
We're
is
playing-
terrible because this bloke runs 30th every week on the overs. I'm like, fuck me. If he's not pole on a weekend, I'm going to be feeling really shit about myself
a lot of
because I was
times still on the
3/10 off
sim,
him. But yeah, Darlington looks tough. Like that's
It's one of those places. I mean, I've never raced
Does
it.
a
but-
water count for a sound check?
no.
Yeah, no, anything. As long as it's can.
Sound check.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
still
race
went
week.
good.
It's race week. So those
It's race
listening,
week.
it was
Wonder
race
if
week
they'll
for
get
Shane.
challenged by those Kiwi blokes.
Yeah, yeah.
We sent them a microphone, so it's all good now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we sent him a mic.
Oh,
Yeah, we
beef,
got-
beef sorted.
We had, so you know, we do the crack of the can. We
Yeah.
had a couple of people actually question the legitimacy, saying, "I think it's fake. I think it's like a sound
But
effect we
we
use
pre-recorded it.
because ours are so good. Everyone that comes in our pod,
Well, mine sucks, so it's clearly real.
that's probably Bush Light.
It's American beer. It's
No,
not
do you know what?
strong.
The middies or the light beers actually don't crunch as well.
Why not?
I think it's the water in them or whatever. They're not as.
Watered down.
they're not
The
as-
koozies are cool. Maybe I can get one of those.
We're going to give you that. You can take that home tonight.
What
mate.
is
It's not a rubber covered one from
sound
the
check.
burnout, is it?
Yeah, as long as it's a fresh one, we'll give you a fresh one.
My whole carriage is filthy
smell
from
like-
rubber.
Oh,
some of the?
she was a real smoke show in here the other night, boys.
Have you? I'll put the videos in here. The video of my the
Video.
I'll even
Video.
leave
Only one video, mate.
video.
was
I'll
only one
even
skid.
leave in the little bit at the end where Shane goes, "Okay, that's enough."
Hold the brake on and throttle. Go.
but I'm easily influenced. But we did do one here the other night in the GMC. And
My dad is a bad
ripped
influence.
good.
Your dad is a real bad
Oh
influence.
yeah, he's worse than me for $5. He'd do anything.
I actually said to him, $20 you can't skid that truck. And he goes, just bet me 5. he bargained me down. I was like, I'll save some
That's
money.
too much money. That's too
That's
much.
where I get it from.
This dude will do anything for $5.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Which one of Shane's wins this year is the best burnout?
I still reckon the best burnout was the Xfinity one at Portland. I quite like that.
In the quad lock car where you drift the
he
whole track,
drove
that was
the
cool.
lap.
But this year, I would say Chicago was the first one when you did the high fives against the wall, right?
Oh, that's become a thing. Yeah.
No, that was Sonoma.
Oh, was Sonoma the first one?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Chicago then. I
I
like the
did it at
Chicago
Watkins, but I
one.
was in the wrong gear.
Yeah.
Didn't sound as good.
I think
not on the
Sonoma was
chip.
good because he got the high fives, but he also did like a drift
on the
through the
chip.
SS down the hill.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
I think
The
the
best
high
part
five.
about my job is I don't see none of that.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
running.
really?
He's
I'm
running
trying
to
to
the
get to victory
podium.
lane.
Oh, yeah, you're
Instead.
all ass, yeah.
And I normally miss most of that too, so it's not exciting.
I think the high five is pretty cool
Yeah.
because
We
the
can't
crew,
do that at home because you have no windows here. So
well, they wouldn't
it's
let you
quite
near
cool.
it either because you
Oh,
might
yeah.
get hit in the eye with a piece of rubber or something.
Nanny
It's like,
state, yeah.
Yeah.
Here they don't care. They're all on the wall. One of the guys nearly fell at Watkins if you look closely. Trevor almost had a stumble and someone else grabbed him. It's like, oof.
Well, yeah.
what about the cameraman? Have you seen that one where the guy goes,
Yeah.
he actually backs up the
At
wall
Chicago.
and he's like, oh fuck, I'm running out of space here.
Yeah,
The rear bar comes around. Good thing it's a supercar with the wing hanging off the back.
What's the hardest track to spot other than like some of the road courses where you can't physically see a lot? But
Yeah.
Speedway, what's the hardest one do you think to spot, mate?
I mean, Daytona, Talladega, Atlanta now. I would say Atlanta's probably the hardest.
Atlanta's like, sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're
Atlanta's like super speedway on steroids.
Right.
'Cause
Yeah.
it races like an intermediate kind of, but you've got no grunt. It's just like
Is
crazy.
Atlanta the one that's been renamed?
Yeah, they changed the name to like Echo
Echo
Park.
Park.
Echo
Park.
Park. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's the one. Yeah, I
But
wasn't
yeah,
sure.
they made it. It was like an old, worn out racetrack, quite cool intermediate.
Yep.
And they put a whole heap more banking in it, resealed it,
Yeah.
and then made the cars have restrictor plates. So it was like a super speedway. So it's a mini super speedway. Yeah, it's crazy. It's one of the craziest
Yeah.
tracks.
It's so much fun, but it's nonstop.
He's flat.
Right.
out.
Yeah.
Does the restrictor plate stuff make it harder because they don't get as big a run, so they're always
It makes it
of
harder
there?
just because they stay so much packed together
Yeah.
more.
You're
That-
always racing someone.
Yeah.
You're never really.
You can
on your
never
own. Yeah.
get out by yourself by 10 car lengths. You're always within a car length of somebody or beside somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Atlanta's probably the hardest. The first year at Atlanta, when they repaved it, so for instance, Daytona, Talladega, I'll go through 2 batteries probably. The first year at Atlanta, I went through 7 batteries, and I was on my last battery in the race. I'm like,
Fuck,
this one
imagine-
dies.
Are you,
I gotta
are you
find.
texting someone? Like,
I'm
oh,
like
I need to-
going to my buddies on the roof, like, hey, like, can I borrow a battery? But I was through 7 batteries there.
I'm surprised there isn't a NASCAR set up there for you guys.
hardwired or something.
To
That-
have
All of that, everything. You know, a full tech center up there that you can just turn around, plug everything in, keep it going.
Yeah.
Because when I went up the other
Monitors.
night, it's literally you guys stand there with a radio, your own iPad, without a quad lock mount, so awkwardly laid down. Really inconvenient for you guys.
and a portable charger without a quad lock mount.
Yeah, exactly. But I did
I
think
should
because
message Dom right now.
Yeah, Dom,
Yeah.
Dom will be like, he's probably already sent it.
But
Yeah.
that's got to be outside crew chief, pit stops, and driver. If you switch off with 20 to go, you're in a fair bit of strife.
You couldn't race without a
But
spotter.
Yeah.
If you quit
Yeah.
talking at like Talladega or Daytona last week, it would be like,
Yeah, so
like-
I'm surprised that's not a big NASCAR setup. It's literally teams taking it upon themselves to place you guys up there
Yeah.
and run the race.
yeah. So like you have to have a guy up there, but there's no rules on what you have to have for
That's what
radios.
I was just going to ask that. Like, is it actually a rule where you
Yeah.
have to have a
But it's
spotter?
like it's
Yeah.
all your own equipment, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not team supplied.
No, it's all my
like the
own.
spotters have all their own
it's yours.
stuff.
Yeah,
there.
like I
it's
bought all
quite-
my own stuff. Yeah.
Really?
and their own personal brand, whatever they like.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I hope you're enjoying this episode, but I do have to interrupt just quickly to thank our fantastic supporters that allow us to create the content for you. East Coast Car Rentals. If you're in the market for a rental car, think of those guys. And if you'd like a cheeky 15% discount, AHU15 is the discount code there for 15% off. If you're in the market to buy a car, not rent one, Lancaster Motor Group have got you covered for new or used cars. So think Lancaster Motor Group. Quadlock, fantastic supporter of our podcast as well. We use their products every single day on the pod using their desk mounts here. Also, we've used them to create the additional content like we did the Adelaide Motorsport Festival using their action camera mounts. So whether it's mounts, phone cases, they've got you covered. Quadlockcase.net. Now the website for all of these brands that support us will be in the description of this podcast. Back to the show.
So NASCAR's rule is you have to have one spotter at least. Like
Yep.
Daytona, you have to have one.
Yeah. Yeah, Mexico. Remember they wouldn't let us on track.
Yeah, Mexico.
Yeah.
So Mexico had the whole flight.
Yeah, our
mishap and
plane
stuff.
blew up on the takeoff.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So
right.
then we
Yeah.
had the special plane the next day, and the spotters were a bit delayed. Didn't make practice, and so we sent one of the
Shit.
mechanics. He went to the wrong spot, and they wouldn't let us out without
Yeah.
a spotter.
We missed like
Yeah.
half our practice at Mexico because I wasn't there.
Crazy.
Surely there has to be some sort of special circumstance where at a road course too, the
Yeah.
spotter's
Well, like,
not.
It's a rule. You, got to have one.
Yeah, like you
Yeah,
could
true,
put,
yeah, you
you
gotta
could
have
put
the rule.
anybody up there, kind of like they could have sent an engineer or mechanic, which they tried, but he went to like the wrong stand at the time, and you have to have a certain one in the main stand.
Poor guy
So they-
ran from the whole front stretch,
The whole front stretch
all
of
the way
Mexico.
back.
Yeah.
He's rooted for nothing.
And there's no altitude. There's no air. You're at altitude. He
Yeah,
was
someone said today, is it
knackered.
7,000 feet or 7,000
Mexico.
7,000 feet?
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
saying it's like can be like 100 plus horsepower.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, yeah,
Hendricks
the thing-
was saying
the
that
things
they
are
were
gutless.
struggling.
Yeah, I was out of breath.
And they've had to get, so Hendricks was saying, we went through a tour today and they said they've
What do you
actually
mean you're
got
out of breath? We did nothing in that race.
I had to say clearly.
You won.
Way to make
So
everyone
clear a lot.
way to make
So,
everyone
no,
feel
you're
bad.
good. Keep going, mate. Yep, 11 second gap. 11
It
second
was
gap.
mainly
Good.
gaps. It was 1.2, 2.2, 3.2.
No, actually-
17.
Actually, that's when you got on the
17.2.
road and said, stop talking.
Yeah,
Stop
yeah,
telling me
he
to
told
slow
you to
down. Yeah.
You're on there by
How do you,
yourself.
when he barks up at your head, you
That's-
okay with
I
that?
promise. From what I came from, this guy's totally
I
fine.
do have to say,
he's a
'cause
sweetheart.
He's a sweet-
Whenever I listen to-
I have the old angry. Sorry to interrupt again. I have the old angry.
It's okay, I'll forgive you.
And I get there on a Monday in the meeting. I'm like, oh, sorry for swearing yesterday. And they're like, well, what do you mean? It was fine. I said I was fucking understeering. And they're like, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm like,
He thinks when he
I'm
says
all
like
embarrassed. Yeah.
it's understeering 3 times in a row that's really bad. I'm like, that's fine.
Well, you've had, how many years did you have Blaney for?
I was with him for 9 years, I think it was,
Yep.
from 2015 to 2023. So yeah, it'll wear you out.
You've
How
heard-
many
you've
years?
heard
Sorry,
every-
how many years?
every
Sorry,
word.
5.
9. From
No, 9 years.
2015 to 2023. Yeah.
But like you listen to like Kurt Busch is the extreme. You listen to his radioactive highlights, and you're like, what people say here is
Yeah.
so
Montoya
different.
when he was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so different to what we're at home. We're not allowed to swear technically, but
People get very upset.
yeah,
about
and
that.
here I swear. I let myself go now because it's not a thing. I'm like, oh shit. Mum
Yeah.
wouldn't be happy with that. Like I always
Shit, I said
I'm always-
fuck, I said
yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
because I noticed myself. I'm
Jesus.
like, oh shit, don't say that. And then, but they're like, oh, this is nothing. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm still like, oh, don't get in that habit.
He'll think it's too much when he's just like says it's tight 3 times in a row or like
Yeah.
fucking still tight. But
Effing
like,
tight. I've said that a few times.
yeah, but there's people out there that will just say that 27 times. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, at some point you're
it's
like,
not-
we
he ain't
get it,
doing
man.
Or they'll scream at you like,
And you're not an
shut up.
engineer. You're like, well, I'm not tuning this
I'm
in.
just trying to.
Just tell
One-
me.
I'm
one
just trying to
who's-
not let you wreck. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's like the therapist at the other end and the crew chief, but you need to talk to someone because you're on your own out there.
You need to vent.
oh, 100%.
He's got a relatively soothing voice for an American. It's good to listen to.
For an American.
I'm working on my accent.
For
I
an
learned some new
American.
words, but
Can I pat that dog?
I can see the understeer.
Actually, that
I don't know what
happened.
that means, but
That happened tonight. Someone asked to pat Elliot's dog, and sorry, Shane's dog, Steve-O.
Steve-O.
And tonight someone said, "Can I pet that dog?" And I think it was because their accent. Like, yeah, that's just how it sounded.
No, they said it like the
No,
video.
they
The
did
viral, they
not.
said it like the viral video. She was taking the piss.
I don't think she was. And Elliot
Well,
just
either way, I took the piss back.
Elliot
so.
mimicked her at the bar and went, "Can I pet that dog?" And it was awkward.
She was fine with it. She enjoyed it.
was-
She had a laugh and she walked on.
she
was-
was.
there was also someone there to get all you guys to say something because you're all.
Yeah, we had to do a g'day mate to their teacher or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had an Australian teacher back in school, so they asked us to say, "G'day, mate."
Most embarrassing spotter moment for you,
You
mate.
changed subject.
Yeah, let's move on.
Well, that was going nowhere. Let's be honest, guys.
I mean,
You
there's
like that one, Paulie? Did you? We got laughing, Paul. That's good.
No, we had one a
DJ
couple
Paul.
of weeks ago.
Yeah, give it to
there's
us.
been a couple of times that I've spotted the wrong car.
Oh, that's
Like
cool.
not like got you wrecked. I'm like, oops, but like
Sorry, bud.
yeah,
My
not like
bad.
that bad.
Shane's
but like,
backwards and we go, "My bad."
Yeah, oopsie.
Clear.
You okay?
There was one at Daytona this year where I think was it Cole Custer?
I think so.
He's like leading in the battle pack, and then there's a huge crash. There's smoke everywhere because they've repaved the whole backstretch of Daytona now. So when it smokes up, these guys can't see anything.
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, another red car's appeared in the lead. And then the spotter's tone's gone, oh, we're on, we're clear by 4, clear. And he's trying to guide this guy. And he comes around the last corner before the line and he's like, oh shit, sorry Cole, I was spotting the wrong car.
Was Cole in the wreck?
It was Cole's spotter, yeah. And
Cole's
Cole was in the
grenaded
wreck.
on the backstretch.
Yeah. It
Cole's
was like the
out of the
last
car walking to the mid
The
center.
thing is, it's the hardest job. You can see how
it
it's
actually
done.
happened on the weekend in Daytona. I heard you say, "Sorry,
Yeah.
man, I lost you in the smoke."
Yeah.
Because you said
Oh,
inside.
to Connor or to me?
No, I think it was to you. You were like inside, maybe mid. Sorry, man, I've lost you in the
Oh,
smoke.
on the
Yeah,
front
yeah.
stretch
Yeah,
one.
that's
Yeah,
when we were on
it
the
was
cams,
huge. They were like,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah,
lost.
yeah, it's Bubba's crash. And,
And I think
yeah.
you said like inside, maybe mid, and then you were like, "Sorry, man, I've lost you in the smoke here.
Lost you,
like,
yeah.
let's just
Yeah.
keep it tight,
Like,
like,
let's keep it
lock it down
straight.
or something."
Yeah.
And because I was going to you, fuck, is he through? Is
Yeah,
he
I'm
through?
checking the monitors trying to see because we had your onboard
Yeah.
on one
Oh,
of the
yeah.
screens, and I'm like, oh no, he's good. But the hard thing too for you guys now would be because the sponsors are changing a lot.
Yes.
And like some teams, like you see at Trackhouse now, sometimes Shane will be in the safety culture car. Ross was safety culture at Daytona.
Yep.
That's
Shane
a good
was back in
looking
Red
car, by the
Bull.
way.
So
Yeah,
that,
the
that, that would
safety
be
culture,
that would
yeah.
be tricky to because it's not
That's
the
one of
one
my favourite
livery.
cars.
It is.
And they're chopping and changing from teams
Every
and-
week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be really tricky.
Well, Daytona, for instance, Ross was a safety culture car. And like you look up in the pack and like kind of make sure everybody's kind of got their stuff about them, and you look back and it's the first one that picks your mind up. So like you look at it and you're like, oh, well, that's not me. Like
Yeah.
you know, and sometimes you say 40 different things a lap. Sometimes you get it wrong once or twice and you look stupid. But I'll get car numbers wrong all the time. But
I got to
Because
ask
other teams are the same too.
Yeah,
like
that's-
other teams change. and
Penske
then-
changed a lot between
Yeah, and
their
you think you're
guys
racing
and-
Yeah, even today, I thought Gibbs when we went through there. I said, "Isn't who was I said today? Seabold? No, where were?
Yeah,
Anyway.
Chris
Yeah.
Bell has the ream, but he also has DeWalt.
Yeah, and I thought, fuck, I thought he was at
Yeah.
least one car
it's
in
hard
the
to know
same.
who you're racing
Everyone's
all the
rotating
time.
liveries. It's not like
Yeah.
the only one that's probably Gibbs that sticks in the monster car that you could
yeah, it changes a lot.
kind of go. Everyone else is
Yeah, but then you got Riley Herbst that's in a Monster 2311 Toyota as well, so it's
Yeah.
like
And Reddick.
and
so, like,
40
you
of
get-
Yeah.
them, not just like 24 cars that are there. There's like
And, like, if-
38, 40 cars.
Even if you're looking through binoculars, like the backstretch of Daytona is a mile away.
I
Like,
do
it's-
wish I had binoculars to get appreciation for that because I
Yeah.
said to Shane when we walked off, I said, "Fuck, how do they stare through binoculars for 3-4 hours and
Yeah. Like
stay
you have the front
focused?"
stretch
Like,
as a break, right?
Yeah, you
But
try to take it
it's
right in
still
the front. Yeah.
hard.
and you're holding them too. They're not like on a
Yeah.
hat or anything.
No,
are they?
you're-
Like, so you got to hold them. You got the rate. Like,
Yeah, honestly, like
Lot
to
going
be
on.
standing still for 4 hours, you're wore out after.
I did it at Sonoma last year for Will Brown, and it was the hardest thing I've ever done. Like, so, well, firstly, I was hungover because I won the day before. And it was
good start.
It was hot as
Josh
shit.
is like, "Yeah, that ain't the right strategy to start the day."
Just like
probably
never
not-
done a drunk
It's
before.
probably not a good strategy. But it was I only had to do turn 11, which is the hairpin at Sonoma.
Yep.
And Will was like, "Oh, I'm a NASCAR. I can hit everyone," and it was out of control. But on a road course, you call left and right, which is very difficult, right? So the hairpin was a right-hander, and then it would come onto the front straight, which was like a kink left, and he'd go into the hairpin where he was passing someone or dive bombing someone. I'd be, "Oh, yep, outside, outside, outside," and then he'd come onto the front straight, and I'd be, "Outside, outside, still there." Oh, and then it would be the left, so it would be the inside.
inside.
Oh, shit, he's inside now. And Will's just sitting in the middle of the road all confused. I'm like, oh, left, right. It's so hard to do.
That's funny.
Because you're trying to commentate live, but you get so involved and you're just trying to concentrate on what's happening. It's hard to talk at the same time.
Yeah, like
It's
how
a
does
crazy
Chicago
job.
work? Like, how do you even Sonoma? Can
Three
you
or
see the
four
most of
Chicago?
the
Well,
majority of the
Sonoma,
track?
like Josh would stand on the outside of turn 1. He can see everything
Yep.
but the last corner where the pit building covers it. So that's where I would take over at a certain point.
Sonoma's
Yeah,
the easiest road course because I can do 90% of
pretty
it.
much, yeah.
Isn't Sonoma the one that goes up the hill though and disappears out the back?
Well,
you're
when
at the
they
top of the
come
hill.
up the hill, we're way up
Oh,
above
okay.
that.
So you're kind of above everything
Yeah.
but the pit building.
So what about Chicago? How does that work? Because
We
there
have
was
like
that
3 or
massive
4?
crash with Hocevar, and it
Yeah.
seemed like
Three
everyone
big-
drove into
There's a
that.
guy in a hotel
Yeah.
like a block away at turn 11 way up high and they're all spotting that, but it's hidden by trees and everything. It's
Yeah, you're
crazy.
just
It's
guessing
one of
to
the
the-
worst
Oh,
tracks.
actually, I heard on Door Bump Clear one of the guys go, "Yeah, well, I couldn't see I was behind a fucking tree."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how am I meant to?
Yeah,
call
and
clear on
then
that?
the radios interfere because it's so far away. So like that guy's trying to talk and
Yeah.
we can't hear him. So
Is that
So
an
you don't-
issue? Is that an issue on road courses? Not so. Like
so
back home, we have big radio dramas. I can barely hear the race
Yeah.
engineer.
So like at Mexico, because he was talking so much, they couldn't hear each other at turn 1, Stephen and Josh. So they were
okay.
texting each other, but it wouldn't go through sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'd get Stephen talk to me down the front stretch.
but then I would repeat
And
it.
he'd tell me, because they're so in tune, he'd tell me the same thing at turn 1.
but I couldn't hear him. Like
Yeah.
it was not that it was static. Like I couldn't hear it at all. Like it was like
But
he
they're
never
a
keyed up.
kilometer away from each other.
Were you aware of that? So just going, you know what?
That's why he told us to quit talking because we kept just repeating
He
each
kept
other.
saying the same stuff, so I'm just let me do my thing. We're good, you know.
Up the road, it's all good.
One of the best radio comms has to be the Michael McDowell. Like, I think I showed you like our clip. We posted it, and I'm like,
That's perfect for you guys and mention Apex in there.
yeah, it's fucking perfect. Yeah, you mentioned you need to actually put that in there, please, so that we can have a new intro because I feel like I'm just ripping Scafey with
Actually,
our intro.
we need to make that our new intro.
We need an updated one. So can you just be like, man, this bloke is useless. He's just apex hunting all day or something. But that was nearly the Michael McDowell radio comms. I'm like, this is awesome.
It was funny.
But you mentioned earlier the sexy voice Josh has. You do the voice for the new Cup Series game.
Yeah.
Do you do iRacing as well?
I haven't done iRacing, but I did all the.
But you're the voice for a spotter
voice,
on the
So me
the
and
game.
TJ are the two voices in the whole game.
That's huge.
And TJ's Kozlowski's
Keselowski spotter, yeah. So we recorded. I probably spent 15 hours recording lines, and then they took the 450 lines I recorded and made that into AI. So they made like 10,000 versions off of that. So everything in the game will be my voice.
So maybe we could get him to do the intro for the show.
I needed your help last night. Not just calling
That's called hold the brake, brother. That's hold the brake.
yeah, I needed driving tips.
You've got wheel damage.
I had the headphones on. All I could hear was Shane in the background. I couldn't
Laughing
make
because
out.
he's in the fence again.
I couldn't make out what he
Wheels
was.
flying over Calder Park.
We're on the flight sim.
We're on the flight sim. Ah, shit! I've crashed again. Scotty in the background.
I'm down the inside. Okay, hit the white line, run it high, accelerate on D, and then I could hear Shane in the background shit canning me, like just. But I couldn't make out what he was saying. So I'm like, I'm on a good lap here. I'm up by half a tenth, and I could hear him pretty much saying, "Man, he's fucking useless. He's nowhere." And I'm like, "Come on, I'm trying, man."
Scotty's grouse with criticism too, as you probably noticed. So it was a bit of fun.
We iRace like 3 nights a week, and every time I'm in front of him, I'm notorious for just burning my right front off, just fucking smoking it. And every time I'm in front of him, I'm like, I'm killing my right front, but I'm trying not to. And there he goes by me in like 5 laps. I'm like,
How do you?
And then my Venmo ticks up $5.
yeah.
What was that?
You guys,
Oh, we bet on everything.
We bet on iRacing.
I don't
Cash and
understand.
iRacing,
I
I
don't
like it.
understand yet. Like last night when I was on the rear a lot, I don't understand how you keep it on the nose in because we drive in on the brake on everything.
Yeah.
So that
Welcome
effectively puts the car
to
in
my
pitch.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh,
like,
so that is so that
It'll
does
take you
translate
from
a lot.
about February to August to figure that
Yeah.
out.
Fuck, because last night, okay, quickly then. So last night on the sim, I would drive it in on the nose,
and then just
And
kill the right front.
kill the right front, and then the thing would rotate, and I would struggle for drive
Yeah.
because I would have the thing on the edge, and I couldn't get it off the corner because I'd be driving off with oversteer.
Yeah.
Or the
Welcome to my
car
life.
loose, I guess.
Yep.
Is that actually what?
Yeah, you got to
Yeah, okay.
turn in with the right brake input to kind of yaw the car, and then get the full wheel slide the whole corner. Like it's completely different.
Yeah.
You can get so deep about it, but like it's the craziest style to get the car loaded up, and because the car's designed to turn one way, right?
Yeah.
So
And then using the bank, I guess, for the turn
yeah,
rather
like
than the,
how the car loads up, you have to do that before the corner. And then like I've been crazy tight all year at the start of the year, but it was a bit of the car, but mainly
Style.
driving style. And now all of a sudden we've got a lot more front grip now, but it's a lot of driving style too. Yeah.
and that's where like we were
I'm going to
chatting.
depart for a minute and take a piss. You guys keep going. I'll be 2 seconds.
We were chatting the other day about how some teams will split brake pads and stuff to try and help turn the cars and all
Yep.
that sort of stuff. And so that's pretty interesting too. That obviously, I mean, I'm sure all the teams are doing that. But
Everyone does it.
yeah, because we saw.
And then it's driver dependent too. You learn what brake pads you like and how they react to temperature and how much you want it to pull, and it's pretty odd. Yeah.
And it's interesting too because, like, you know, we heard everyone over here talk about you right foot braking, which for
Yeah.
us, like Australia, New Zealand, it's just
Normal.
what you learn. Like they reckon his feet are magic, but it's kind of everyone does it over our way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then your left foot braking, mate, you're saying on ovals. So you're doing both, which to me is interesting because, you know, a lot of the guys over here are saying they couldn't then right foot brake on a road course, but you've actually picked up what they have to do to drive the car as well
Yeah.
on a dome. So you're adapting. So I
You
just
have
find,
to on an oval. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the way the diff is and how you load the car and how quick you have to be from pedal to pedal and even reacting to crashes. You have to be left foot braking. So I separated my pedals pretty much to the maximum this year to force myself. And last year I was back and forth all the time, but this year I committed. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that's a
even at Martinsville, where you change gear blip to down change, it's all left foot now.
Still left footing, just give it
Yeah.
a blip on. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's taken me a while. Like, still feel like when I first get in, I'm trying to, you feel like if you left foot brake in your road car, you feel like you're going to go through the windscreen, right? It's that, you don't have that feel. So it's just, so like in the Tahoe, I left foot brake and just everything trying to get that, you just get the rhythm going, so.
I think all that's the coolest to me because, like, obviously we all look at data during the race and stuff for practice.
Yeah.
And knowing he's doing all that, trying to figure it out, and like you try to explain something to him in a 4-second window of going down the straightaway, and then the next corner, like he changes it and gets it really close to what you're trying to explain. Like that's like super gratifying to me. So that's like been some of the fun part to me is like, oh, you need 20% less brake or like softer.
But like that's what we do post session in a garage in a truck.
Yeah.
You go through with the engineer. He's got it live on his iPad. Without the quad lock case, he needs to get that.
Exactly.
If I had a quad lock case, I'd be way better.
Quicker. But, he's looking at the data live and then has to relay it to me on a straight, and then I'm sending it into a corner trying to process what he said, Like, it's quite cool getting it live.
Yeah.
And he knows because he's done the track on sim all week,
Like I have
So
an
it's kinda
idea
cool.
of where they need to be, or we look at whoever's the best there and what they need to do.
I guess so. Some people have some perspective. You actually, back home, we did E-Series. Fox Sports picked up supercars and we did some
Well, this
racing.
might get him in trouble.
That's fine.
But
It ain't gonna get me in trouble. It's gonna get the
but
other
you
guy.
worked with Blaney a lot though.
Yeah.
On the sim work, so you do a lot of driving, and then midweek you were with Blaney back in the past doing running the sim, and then now as well, you guys are spending nights during the week. So it's not like it's almost like James Small we were talking last night. Like he can drive. So
Did Blaney win any E-Series races?
Just kind of ran around tents most of the time.
That's pretty good. That's impressive. Fuck, he must have been decent on sim.
Yeah, he was real good at just running around about 80%.
Yeah. But then, that must help when you have somewhat of an understanding and you could steer a race car to be able to relay feedback and go, like when I look at Darlington, like everyone we spoke to this week has said that's probably one of the best tracks because turn 1-2 is so different to 3-4.
Yep.
Takes a different style. But if you run it in the sim, like even last night, you were helping me out last night on how to run into 1 and 2 and then take 3 and 4.
So
if you're good at
different.
that, you can actually talk to Shane and go, hey, this is what I've seen the other guys do. This is what you need to adjust to, and actually pass that feedback on because you have an understanding of the track and the way the car is working.
Yeah, I think that comes from racing enough on the sim. Like even though it's way different, like it's still the same mindset of that. And then I go to most of the real sims we do at Chevy, and then we race online 2 or 3 nights a week. So like a lot of time he's on sim, I'm around.
Do you
so
do
like,
it for fun, or do you guys
We
actually?
just set up a hosted session and race each other and play around. It's pretty
So
good.
a bit of fun, but you're still trying to, I guess, well, it's good for your relationship, but
Yeah.
also trying to learn something.
Are you better on an oval? I mean, it's a pretty low bar, but are
Pretty
you better?
close, but
I would say
my Venmo's looking good lately.
I would say it depends on
What's Venmo?
Like that's
That's how
like
it gets paid.
PayPal,
Cash
I guess.
out,
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
Cash App,
yeah, okay, yeah, I get
I would
it.
say it depends on the
no
track.
good.
It depends on the track.
On that barber.
Yeah.
Oh, we've put fuck. What is that?
Yeah, I got another
Same
water.
shit.
Hard salsa.
But yeah, I like being involved and all that, and I
Need
feel
another
like
bet?
I'm got like half this one. I'm good.
I appreciate it. Like, I think it's cool how much effort you put in. Like, what does a week look like then for a spotter?
Very.
Because we did have James last night. He talked a little bit about what his week from Daytona to Darlington looks like. When you get back from a weekend, you mentioned you're sitting on some of the stuff, but what does a week look like for a spotter prepping
So
for Darlington?
so say Darlington this week, we race Sunday.
Sound check.
Must be.
Monday we normally have a lunch meeting. We
Yep.
kind of debrief about that. I'll typically watch through the
Burgers
race.
only.
What?
Burgers only.
Burgers
no
only.
salad.
No kale.
If we do kale, I meet them after the meeting.
You do it at the bar instead.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
sit
fuck
there.
it, I'm eating
Yeah, I've just got time for a coffee, guys. No lunch meeting today.
I don't like my greens. So we do lunch meeting, and then normally after that, because we get back so late, I'll watch some of the race and like kind of where we were versus what some of the other good guys are, and then
Video or SMT stuff.
both.
SMT is explain SMT because that's a little bit different than what we have back home.
Yeah.
And a few people they've mentioned that, like James mentioned it. It's
very
I
cool.
don't totally understand it. I've seen a little bit of it.
Yeah.
But what does that look like? Like it's hard for Australian. You might understand, but like, what does that look like for Australian? What is
It's
SMT?
like data, so you get everyone's stuff, not just your own or teammates. You get everyone's basic inputs. So speed, RPM, throttle, brake, steering,
Yep.
and then time delta.
Even gears, which matter
Gears,
at road courses.
yep.
Sometimes we look through that.
And then
Like,
you get the GPS vision
Yep.
of where they are on track. It like tracks them, so you can see lines and
And SMT, mate, was what you showed me with the Ghost.
Yeah.
Where you select
Yeah,
the cars,
basically.
you've got the ghost, and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
were seeing
that's
the
right,
bus
yeah,
the other
yeah.
day when we were with Shane.
Yeah. So like he'd be
Is any of
you
that
watch the
public? Can we
race.
put anything on overlay for YouTube
I think
listeners?
it's reasonably public now. I guess everyone knows what it is.
Maybe we
and-
could do a screenshot.
We might
Yeah,
be able to put
screenshot.
some kind of
see a clip of it.
YouTube overlay on
Yeah.
some.
It's really
It is interesting.
Really cool because Shane showed me briefly in the bus at Daytona, and so for our listeners and viewers, you got a screen which has whichever cars you select. You can go through the whole field and select up to how many? Is it 3?
Three.
Three.
Yep.
So you can select 3 cars. So you might have yourself and
It's like iRacing.
2 others. One side of the screen will give you like your car and the ghosts of
Yeah.
how they're tracking their lines, and then you've got all your different inputs. So throttle, brake, gear, steering. It's really cool.
It's cool when you sync it up with watching a race at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, which you did, which was so we were watching it live on. or
Yeah,
the race
watching
on
the
YouTube.
replay, but
yeah.
had the
That's
SMT
right,
replay. Yeah.
we're watching
Yeah.
Daytona 24.
Synced up.
Yeah, and going
Synced up.
through it. So it's really cool stuff.
So we use that a lot. Like even in the race the other day, if you guys were listening, like you probably heard me because you didn't listen to our earlier channel, but Steven will tell me like the leaders are still running wide open, which kind of changed the way the pack looks. That's all off of SMT data. So Steven on the pit box can
You've
look
got throttle
at
trace,
who's
you'll
leading,
have
knows
He's
that the leaders
watching
are
it,
running
yeah.
wide open, which in that situation, the top normally doesn't work as good. So we're back there for mid pack.
So full throttle. If the leaders are full throttle, the top.
If the leaders are full
Bottom
throttle,
two
normally,
lanes, yeah.
normally the bottom 2 lanes are better than the top lane. But if they start trying to save fuel, the top lane will drive like straight
Start
to the front.
rolling.
that to
So
me,
that was why I'm giving him that information. So like,
Well, in that stage, the bottom rolled because the top 2 lanes were chilling. Then all of a sudden, the bottom rolled with less cars.
yeah,
Yeah,
See,
stage 2.
that to me was
fascinating.
amazing watching it with you when you were showing like look at the throttle here. Like a car would be looking like it's hauling ass and leading, it'd be like 30% throttle.
yeah.
Or like
Because the car behind pushes.
yeah, because someone's getting a push, or they'd be in the tow and they'd be less. And then
Yep.
but the guy that looks like he's going dog shoes 100% throttle, and you're like, so that is actually it's very interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot to that, and then we'll use that at other places. Like that's why I have my iPad, is to kind of watch the video game part of SMT is what I really use more than anything, and then Steven will tell me data inputs, whether he's using 500 pounds of brake pressure when other guys are using 300 or that kind of stuff.
So
we break
spotting
it down.
isn't just calling door bumper clear. It's actually you're looking.
I would
So you're saying you've got SMT in front of you, and you will be able to pick a high or low line based on pace out front.
Yeah, I would normally match us to like a teammate or like the best Chevy and go off of that. And if we're close enough to them to do that, then we're pretty good.
So you're going through data analysis while also calling a live race.
Allegedly, yeah.
Just well, to give the like because it's as we
Yes.
say, like it blew us
Yes.
away how hard
Yes.
what you guys do. Like
Yeah.
massive
Yeah.
appreciation. For
And then as soon as the
I
caution
wasn't doing that at Sonoma.
you were on the cans, going,
I
"Yeah,
didn't have
and
the
then-
brain capacity. I had the sunburn.
Shane's like, yeah, clear. Fuck it, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go back to
right
work.
side, left side, right side, like that. And then as
that's
soon as
impressive.
the caution comes out, like you're skipping back to the last restart, trying to watch the restart data to see what lane was good,
Yeah.
what we did right or wrong, to give him that information for the next restart.
See, it's all these things. I think that there's got to be a way we can bring some stuff back home and then relay it to the fans.
But you could do spotting at Queensland Raceway.
Yeah.
Or Winton, or there's so many tracks in Australia. You could have a spotter.
Yeah.
Gold
And be a
Coast for the
benefit.
balconies. Sound check.
That's
Good.
That was
Chris,
actually
natural.
that was
Not my first rodeo, son.
You'll be on the balconies at Gold Coast.
that was fucking
him
good.
spot.
Holding the mic, one-handed sound check.
But yeah, you could make it a benefit at home.
Yeah.
For sure. But
So like,
be hard to do.
I guess my
but-
thing is like with spotters, like the number one original reason they ever became a thing was for safety.
Yeah.
So like, why does every racing series
But
not
you
have
don't
spotters?
you don't have mirrors though, like side. You have the one in the middle, but you don't really run side mirrors, do you?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
do.
So wait, why? Okay, why do you have spotters then, and we don't? Like, I don't feel like I need one. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm honest,
If
back
you
home-
did Talladega and you had cars.
Well, like I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah,
but okay, go back to supercars. Did you need a spotter when you did it? I mean, you turned in on me a few times. I'm not going to lie.
you turned me on Adelaide.
It would be-
You
it
talk
would-
about it all the time.
you needed a bigger
I
mirror.
did, yeah.
Yes.
Actually, that's a
But-
fair point.
But
Actually,
let's-
Adelaide,
if
I
you
did
Don't
don't
have
tell
rear
Shane.
cameras like we have in supercars.
No, just a mirror.
Just a
a
regular
mirror.
But if you
Same
do
as
it-
the old GMC,
put it-
1975.
you
they
didn't
had
need
the
a
same
mirror.
mirror.
You couldn't
We got
see
the
out of
same.
it, right?
if you put it this way, you're in the middle at Talladega, surrounded. You have 8 cars around you.
Yeah.
8 cars.
Yes, I
it's
get
very
that-
different.
That's relevant
You couldn't
though, for
do it with
NASCAR. But what about us back home then? Do you think you would have benefited from a spotter back home now having this same
at
experience?
Bathurst. Yeah.
So I
Crashes. We would have a spotter sometimes at the police tower at Bathurst.
Yeah,
Not
calling
many
like
teams
okay,
do.
caution, like someone's in at the grade. But
Yeah,
what
that's
about when
safety.
you're calling?
Racing.
Racing. So when
So-
you're coming through I don't know, coming down to the chase and you're down the inside of someone, you want to, you go
Now
that
I would
left,
want one.
That
Yeah.
left and then the right, we short shift a third out of the chase. Would you want someone to call
Well,
the overlap down
Yeah.
into the last corner? You
Like
think it
out
would
of the
help?
chase, if someone's on your outside, you want to know that.
yeah, a good example of where one.
But the mentality, again, sorry to interrupt,
No,
but the
no.
mentality is...
just keep saying sorry and you can
Or
keep
just
doing
say,
it.
oh, really, if he
Yeah.
says something.
now,
like-
remember, I did say with all due respect.
but like, but
With
the-
all due respect, I'm going to
Listen
say
again,
whatever the
mate.
hell I want.
Yeah.
you
Listen
say
again.
whatever you want. But out of the chase at Bathurst in Australia is different, right? So you pass someone, you're on the outside, and then you got position for the ride.
Yep.
It's their fault, right? If you're on the exit and you're there at your like back wheel,
Yep.
it's their problem. But here the mentality's different. You have to
don't-
give them
yeah.
the room.
Yeah.
So if you run someone off, you just don't do that here.
Yeah.
So you need to give the car width if someone's there. So like the racing etiquette is very different,
Which is where, so Will Brown
which is maybe what got me at trouble at Watkins, right?
and Chicago multiple times.
Yeah, I guess so. But that's where the brains and the racing etiquette is just different.
Yeah.
I think
changes.
so. I would say, like, from working with Shane, knowing obviously he never had spotters at road course stuff, he probably doesn't need a spotter for one-on-one racing at road course stuff.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
NASCAR, like he don't.
But it is handy.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Yeah.
Like it helps, but
Yeah.
if somebody's half back out of line, like 9% of the time, he already knows that, and I'm not trying to distract him from racing one-on-one.
Yeah.
But when there's 3 or 4 cars around, or a oval when one guy's on the bottom and the other guy is 50 feet
Yeah,
up
I
high
understand
at
for
the
the
line.
ovals.
Like a race start, it would be amazing
But like
help
the-
at some tracks.
So the reason the
I still
spotters
don't
ever
think it would be.
yeah.
Because you haven't had one.
Okay.
Well, like the
Shove that
reason-
down real fast.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah,
Hey, Scott, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You need to
just-
open your brain.
Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, open your eyes and brain, mate. I was thinking, like, sometimes when you're racing, like,
I'm going to go sit with.
just, mate, walk yourself out there to the
Open
motor.
your eyes, mate.
Fuck this. I'm going to sit with Paul and just
Scott's
listen.
like, hey, this is my show, right?
But I want some open-mindedness.
I tend to agree. Like, there are times when you're racing and you go, like, you know where people are, and you're like, I'm pretty sure I'm good.
Good luck, everyone.
But how
Like,
many-
yeah, like, so it would be nice
You
to.
like get surprised by somebody
Where
being
you're
there.
like, I may get a little bit of a bump
Yeah,
here,
you
or
feel
I may be
like
okay.
there's
It'd be
never a
nice to
point.
know that someone's just going, oh, you're clear to go, cool, I can attack and now and come across.
But even, we run the mid mirror, I
Yep.
don't know, the center mirror, and it's curved.
Yep.
So even if we lose a side mirror in the supercar, you can still see out both sides. You get pretty good at
Ish,
that.
yeah.
You kind of, I feel like if I had someone talking to me in a braking zone about an overlap on a road course, I'd probably find that a distraction. I'd be like, look,
He
man.
does.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
do.
I feel like I know, I can hear, I
But
can
like
see.
the etiquette is different. That's probably the main reason. So say
If there's an
turn-
overlap, yeah. So if
So
there's an
say
overlap on
turn
the
4
exit,
of Gold
you-
Coast is classic, right? Someone gets a run
Yeah.
out of the chain and
Yeah.
fades to the inside. You have no idea where they are
Yeah.
unless they're at your door. And if they're not at your door, it's not your problem, right? So if you turn in and they're not up to your door and they spin you,
They
they're
get the
going to get
penalty.
the penalty.
That,
Yeah,
and that's,
that's-
and that's,
that's-
and
that's the difference.
Yeah, and that's where I'm thinking too, where
Yeah.
those margin ones where you're like, I'm
Yeah. Whereas here,
90%, but I'm not
here, if they get to your bumper or your headlight sticker, it's your fault. If you've turned in,
You're
I've
getting
got
wrecked.
overlap. It's your fault.
Well,
so
I
it's
think-
it's very different. They command the respect, and then you have to give it to them, but they'll give it to you on exit.
So it's what changes it then is the judiciary. How the fuck you say it?
any overlap
Yeah.
here, you have to give racing.
Yeah,
have to
like
give room.
if you were to squeeze someone here, you're getting wrecked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whereas
that's the
back
different.
home, we could come out of the chicane at Gold Coast and squeeze someone, run it. They're going to lift.
It's their problem.
well, yeah, it's their
Because-
problem because they're
because
not far
they're-
enough
if
up.
they're
Yeah.
not at the point, yeah.
And like
Yeah.
here, like if somebody's half back out of line, like you're
When
taking
you
a
say
chance
halfback,
to like
Yeah.
half a
line,
car.
Like
What
half
does
a
it
car,
mean?
half car,
Half a
width
car
back.
width, half a
car
car
Like
width
they're
back.
almost there. So
Like,
you're taking the
You're taking the chance of chopping them off.
Yeah,
like,
you're making the
okay.
decision to not give them room, basically.
versus in normal most motorsport, like if they're not actually beyond your wheel, like you do what you want, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll
Yeah.
get the penalty for not being far enough up.
Yeah.
It's
But
very
in
different.
NASCAR, like at Richmond, somebody comes off the corner and fades out of line and they're like half a car length back.
They're gonna-
They're probably
And
coming
you
in.
say like half, like I'll say like half
half
back,
back, you
bottom.
got to give space.
That's like they're down there out of line. Like you either got to get down there and cover it or be ready for them to drive it in there and knock you out of the way.
Do you watch other sport? And if you do, how do you feel about the driving standards in NASCAR and being able to run someone out of road and turn them and
Yeah.
wreck them? And because it's something that comes up a lot, and we get a lot of questions about it. Because supercars, in our opinion, is probably over policed, but that's how we go racing. Like I've grown
You
up
know
in
that going in.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like I want justice when someone takes me out. I'm like, I need that.
Yeah.
Shane, and we've
Oh,
argued a lot,
100%.
and we speak every day, and I'm always like, the fuck, man, you're where I am 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, just that is what it is.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the racing with NASCAR and the way that it goes
I like
about
a
it?
little bit of the self-policing where like you can go in the corner and get knocked out of the way, or maybe accidentally wreck a guy, and the next
Yep.
week he might just use you up a little bit too. I like the self-policing part of it, but I also like other forms of motorsport where like if somebody goes in there and it looks like they're just kind of out of control and do something, like they get a penalty for it.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of on the fence of both. Like I would say I'm 75% more towards the NASCAR way because I like a little bit of self-policing, but I do like the other forms of motorsport that have a way to police it when it's a little bit out of
Yeah.
control.
I've grown to really like this way.
Yeah.
Because at home, I like F1 how they rotate, but at home it's Craig.
Rotate. What?
Like F1 has different stewards every week,
Oh,
and
yeah. Yep.
different expertise. At home, you have one guy, Craig Baird,
Yep.
who has the hardest job in the world, but it's how he feels that day, and his opinion, especially this year, has changed so much round to round.
Yeah, it's changed this year. Like,
Yeah,
definitely, yeah.
especially from the start of the year, and it's how he feels on that day, and you're relying on someone else. Like it's very, oh, this is how it is today, and you don't know as a driver what the limit is. Whereas in America, you can basically do whatever you want, except grandstand someone,
Yep. You can't
and
hook
know that
someone
they
in.
can do it back to you, and it just you gain respect. Well, you need to have respect for everyone, but also there's so many more cars here.
Yeah.
So it's I understand you couldn't do it at home, but every other racing series, it's the official's opinion, which when you're on the receiving end of it, you always think it's wrong,
Of course, yeah.
pretty
yeah.
much.
Yeah.
You know, so it's the worst job in the world to be the DSO.
Well, and how it's policed back home, if there's any disadvantage, you get a penalty.
Yeah.
Where here, you can kind of move someone up a lane, they drop two,
Yeah.
3 spots, and it's all good.
You play on.
Play on.
Yeah.
Which I think needs to be my personal opinion.
But here-
you should be
I
able to.
really think somewhere in between.
Yeah, so I'm
But
saying
here you
if
had
you lose
the
one
race it-
spot, because you're racing hard with someone that can bump around and you just lose one spot, you've got the next opportunity at the next corner to fix them back up and
Yeah.
go again.
Yeah.
But
And
here
it
I
should be a
watched
penalty.
Eastern Creek at the start of the year, and I had Justin Marks message me because I didn't watch the race. He's like, "Oh, do you watch the supercar race?"
Oh,
And then-
does he keep an eye on sometimes?
No,
where-
because it was a highlight. It went all over the
Oh,
world
right.
that
Yeah,
first
like
race.
Cam and Brock.
Yeah, I went and watched it. I'm like, shit, this is awesome. This shit's changed there.
Yep.
And then Melbourne Grand Prix,
Yeah,
Woody
Woody.
got into it with someone like, and he got a penalty. I'm like, how is that different to last week?
Yeah.
And then, oh, okay. So it's
Outcome based.
Hey.
Oh, he's got it.
What a
real quick.
guy. What a guy.
Welcome to Australia.
Yeah. So
Welcome to Australia. You're going to be a popular boy back home. you got to come to Australia.
I'm
You have to
actually
come to the Bathurst 1000 spot.
I'm coming
for
to Sydney.
what
Really?
a dumbass.
Why
Why would you go to Sydney?
me. Why? I'm like,
I've told him that so
of all
many
the
times.
places, what are you doing going to
Just
Sydney?
jump on another plane, hour
That
down
is
to
the
Melbourne.
I
You'll be
told him
right.
it's the worst pot in Australia.
You know what? I don't even reckon we have many listeners in Sydney, which means that
It's not the place to be.
it's not the place to be. Because
Are you finally going to listen to me now?
Why are you going to Sydney?
My wife is
When
choosing.
you Google Australia from
Oh,
America,
yeah, when
the
you
first
Google,
place
that's one of
that
the first
comes
places
up
that pops
is
up.
Sydney.
That's okay.
We're going for my honeymoon after Thanksgiving here, which is like end of November. We're going to like Japan and Sydney.
when did you get married?
January. So
Oh,
like
nice.
8 months ago. Thank you.
Yep.
So yeah. So
Well,
that's where we're going
So
right
you
now.
go Sydney first? Are you going anywhere
We're going
else?
to Japan first, then Sydney, and
How
then
many days in Sydney?
like 4.
Cool.
That's
So
way
use
too
1 in
many.
Sydney, 3 in Melbourne. We're good.
Let's get a connector out.
Yeah, yeah. It's an hour flight, mate.
He's
or,
told me that.
Or an
No,
8-hour drive, whatever you want to do.
You got to do
Use
one in
one
Melbourne, one, 2 in New Zealand.
Actually,
leave
actually-
Sydney.
Actually, just do
we
go
won't
straight to
talk-
New Zealand, South Island.
Let's not
Drop
talk it down. Sydney is actually go Bondi and
the airport, so you can leave.
no,
Just
no.
fly
He
in,
said that for
touchdown.
3 months.
No, I would actually say I lived there in COVID for a few weeks. Like we just rented an Airbnb.
Because you were stuck there.
no,
He lived
Hang on,
there.
but where in Sydney?
no, but exactly. I rented somewhere I couldn't afford to live.
Yeah.
Sydney's beautiful, but in places you can't. Well, I can't afford to
Where
live.
were you?
Bronte, which is so Bronte's like right on the waterfront near.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Vauclus is the most expensive
Yeah,
suburb
What'd you say?
in
I know that's
Australia.
That part is cool.
Pretty cool.
That part's cool. So
You
like,
just got to have a
So,
spare
yeah,
10 million bucks.
Yeah, so tell your wife it's not bad. Just check where you go. Check out Bondi Beach, all those places.
Did you
There
tell
are
her
beautiful.
we've changed the flight
And
itinerary?
then,
We're going
and then,
straight to Melbourne.
24 hours after you land, catch a flight
Yeah.
to Melbourne.
We're landing at Terminal A in Sydney, and we're going to Terminal C.
We're going to
And,
You'll see the harbour bridge as we fly over it, and then
Wave at
we're
it.
out.
when do you go?
End of November. So a few months from now.
It's good time to be in Australia. The weather's good
October's
then.
Bathurst. I mean, bring it forward a
I
month.
wish. I'll just skip Phoenix or something.
Yeah, fuck, who cares about
He's
the
got
playoffs?
he's got playoffs, mate.
Yeah.
Who cares? I mean, after Roval, really?
Jesus.
Wow.
Come on, we're
He's
mates.
had a couple of
We're
bloody
mates, that's part of
white
it.
claws, hasn't
Yeah. Honestly,
He's on
I
the
get
second white
barking
claw.
up.
Look,
Yeah.
you know what shits me? I go on stacking pennies. They go, "What makes Shane so good?" We come on here, the fan questions. What makes Shane so good? Fuck that guy.
he? No, he's put us up for a week. That makes him pretty good.
You know what? Really,
Can't sleep
you know,
on
what's- talking about being a tight ass.
He's in the stable tonight.
Yeah, talking about being a
There's
tight
a
ass.
spare fucking
Last
stall
year-
in the horse barn, mate.
Last year at Christmas, we book I went over to New Zealand with actually on my own.
I bought you that car, didn't I?
Didn't
The
Paul
one
go
you
with you?
raced?
No, I paid for it,
Oh, did you?
$850 New Zealand. Yeah, don't try that. But I went to New Zealand. We did SADA, which is a dirt banger race, kind of like what Shane's got down in one of the back
Yeah.
paddocks here. It's good fun. And I booked a.
You should see the tree he took out.
Oh, you
Well, I was
hit the
going to
tree?
say you should
You hit the tree.
I mean, allegedly.
The farm down there.
It's because the
pretty
cars
risky.
are pieces of
No,
shit. The
d-
car quit turning.
delay
Way
your
too much understeer.
delay your
Oh,
Australia trip.
we can make Josh a driver. He
Yeah,
just
delay his
complains.
Australia trip and do SADA in December.
Oh, his wife will be.
That'd be fun.
stoked
There's no
about
trees.
that.
My
in that
wife used to
paddock?
race. She'd
Did she?
Yeah, she used to
She'll
race.
tell you up, Scotty. Don't worry about that, mate.
Yeah,
Fuck, mate.
I spotted for
Well,
her.
she
I
can-
spotted for her at Daytona. That's
She raced Daytona.
She ran ARCA at Daytona.
Unbelievable. That's awesome.
Yeah,
And
we
you
made it all
spotted
the way
for
to
her.
the restart zone and we knocked the nose off of it first lap.
Okay, so it wasn't a great experience.
No,
I don't even
but I
know.
married her. So.
I
Was
didn't
she
even remember where I was
missus at that
going.
stage?
No, we were kind of in the wanting to talk, but it was work. And it turned into not work.
Wanting to talk.
Like you were throwing eyes, but
Yeah.
nothing was happening.
Yeah, I
yet.
think that's the only time I've ever cried about wrecking in a race. Yeah.
I love the wanting to talk stage, so I spotted for her. I spoke to her for about 3
When
hours.
she asked me, when she asked me to spot, I'm like, absolutely.
Yeah, I get
we made
to-
it all the way to the pace car turning off.
Yeah, I get to talk to this girl for 3 hours. I can hold the button
Yeah.
open. She can't even reply.
She can't even tell me no. Yeah, you want to get in a girl's ear, spot for her. You got that.
I didn't even remember where I was going before. So
It was going nowhere. Greatest race for you,
We
mate.
do need an American invite
greatest race
car for
ever had.
SADA, though.
Yeah. What's the
sure.
Hang on. We got the greatest race he's ever called here.
Oh, yeah,
That's
sorry,
big.
that's better.
That's good. I would say
Favorite
probably
driver's Blaney, so it's been one of those.
no. One more beer and I'll get there. Honestly, though, my favorite race I've ever called that I feel like I did a good job was probably the 2021 Daytona with Blaney, 2022 Daytona, the summer race we won, but like that was back in the package you could kind of control the lanes, and like the last 3 or 4 laps, so that was pretty
Is
gnarly.
that 500?
No, it was the 400.
Okay.
It was the summer one. That one or the year we won the championship at Talladega.
What's it like calling? I guess championship race where you've just won it. Like what those last, I guess 5, because the last couple laps of any NASCAR race,
Yeah.
no one knows who's going to win.
Yep.
Yeah,
Begging the white flag not to come out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like what?
that
What
was
is-
a bit-
What
yeah.
are the
Yellow
nerves like?
flag
What do
not
you
to come
feel
out.
like? I could just that would be. You see people in like the pit garages back home and they're stressed watching
Yeah.
like the last couple laps of Bathurst, or something. But you kind of know what's going to happen at Bathurst if they got a fair lead or a couple of car lengths, unless they make a mistake. They're
Yeah.
good. Where you guys, you just have no idea.
This is going to connect back to how I got started, but in golf, I was always like the super like calm, methodical one, and I would say like I never get nervous spotting. Like even winning the championship, like I was never nervous. Like my nerves winning the championship was like, is the caution going to come out and something change? It was never like the spotting part.
Yeah.
And like we won the championship. We raced Larson for like 10 or 15 laps, like trying to pass him. Like I was never nervous, and then as soon as he passed him, like I was chill.
I've tried so many times to make him crack this year, and the tone never changes.
What do you do
So-
to make him crack?
So
What are you
actually,
doing?
The Daytona was the first one. I was play racing with Jewel Goonon, and in practice, I was in the.
Oh, the GT driver.
Yeah, he was in the,
Oh,
Merc
in the
racing.
24 hour.
And we started play racing in practice, and he's like calling left and right and all this. And I like pulled this stupid dive bomb past him because he was mucking around with me. Get onto the banking, and I've just put my arm out the windows. I've loosened my belts, and I'm like, my arms
fuck off.
all the way out the window. I'm like ripping the fingers at him. And I could hear like this brief clear by 3.
Like I'll laugh under my
Oh,
breath.
you
all the
could
time.
see his arm out the window.
Yeah, I'll laugh under my
That's
breath.
like the
every once
only
in a
time.
while.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's always
Yeah.
monotonous.
And like, don't get me
We
wrong.
have
Like
some
I have
fun moments,
I have fun and like laugh during the race or whatever. But like, I'm
Off
pretty.
button.
Yeah, I'm pretty
pretty-
good at like being.
Have you ever ran a watch heart rate. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, lovely watch, by the way. You
Thank
have
you.
actually got on tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my championship.
I'm guessing
gift.
that's a champion. Yeah, I was
It
about to
was,
say
yeah.
it before.
Yeah, I did. I noticed
That's
it
a
too.
nice-
When you put it on, I was like, oh,
I noticed when you
that's
rocked up
something.
with the milkshake at dinner. I was like, I know it's the
The
day
milkshake, yeah.
the day Rolex. I'm like, that's definitely
How's
a
that?
championship watch.
Wearing a Rolex to enjoy a milkshake. That's
Yeah,
living.
talk about a
From a hole in the wall in Mooresville, North Carolina.
talk about a fucking
Brilliant
flex.
establishment.
Have you ever worn a heart rate
So
during
I
a
wear,
race? to your
I
adrenaline?
wear an Apple Watch like while we travel.
Yep.
And I wear that, and it'll get 140, 150 at moments.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's standing still.
That's standing.
For those that are listening.
Not
yeah.
moving. Yeah, literally standing still.
He's not jogging on this.
Yeah, he's not a walker while he's
not
up
a
there.
runner.
He doesn't get nervous or excited, but the ticker's going.
Yeah.
I can't believe
Honestly, the only time I wouldn't say I ever get like nervous or excited, but I literally run out of breath from talking so long.
Yeah.
And like I have like I'll hear myself and I'm like, I need to catch my breath.
Yeah.
Something I've never asked you, but like I know, like I was really into RC racing like 8-10 years ago, and like when you watch the car, you could tell the balance of the car. Like you drive it and you feel it, but you'd see like the front wheels, the attitude. Can you tell the balance a lot from the attitude?
It depends on the track.
Okay.
If you're close enough to it that you can see it, you can. But you get somewhere
by
like
what, the car attitude or the
this
steering?
kind of not the steering, but you can see like the nose, like how the nose sets.
So you can
So
see
like
if it's
Kansas, for
tile.
instance, if it's like tight, like you could see or Darlington going up
Yeah.
the hill, you could see the nose just like not reacting.
Just shove up the hill.
Yeah, you could see that. The old car, like Xfinity
Because I
car.
noticed that racing now, and Marcus told me to look for it. When you race, you're always watching the car in front. You see their front wheels, and you can tell their balance so much.
Yeah.
And like the front wheels stick out, and I'm like, and when we're up top, I'm like, oh, it's like little remote control cars racing.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
just
oh,
too
I
far
wonder if
away
you can-
from our
Do you
standpoint.
do you ever feel like you get feedback from Josh or?
Oh yeah, but like it's mainly of what I'm doing with my inputs and whatever.
I focus hard on
But-
like what we're doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But compared to the good, like who's the
But
best?
more,
So if you-
Steven can see like the humps in my steering, and if I'm
Stephen
using
is
Our
crew
crew
chief,
chief, yes.
Stephen Doran, he can tell more of the car balance.
Yeah.
Yep.
In detail,
Which
'cause
I think
he's
is more like the way we all look at it. Like the car balance is more important for him and Steven to what they need to do for the next pit stop.
Yep.
My importance is like making these laps as good as we can.
Yeah.
So
but
if
like at
that's-
Richmond, he's like, I'm like asking questions. Like when I started running the top, it was like very marbly. I'm like, is anyone else up here yet?
Yeah.
So you're like the pioneer, and you got to clean it for a couple of laps before it gets going. And he's like giving me that info. Or if we're all slow on the bottom and two people start ripping the top, he'll tell me that, oh, Larson's up there, or
yeah,
Yeah,
and
so
kind
Ricky
of the
Stenhouse
shape
is
he
up
does
there.
for that line, or
So you'll see like someone might be really fast. You'll see what they're doing. Will you relate? You'll be like, oh, they're tight,
Yeah.
or they're up here, or they're yeah.
yeah,
So you'll
it's kind of
relate.
where they're running, and like Richmond, for instance, kind of like how high they actually get to, like
Yeah.
their angle of where they
yeah,
get
like
to.
he'll tell me, oh, they're at the hash, or car length wider than the hash, and I
And
gotta
when
look
he
at the
goes in-
hash marks on the road and try and match it.
Yeah, and he'll go try it for a couple laps. I'm like a little higher, or a little lower.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
my car
Slower
doesn't
entry,
like
like-
that.
Yeah. So warmer, perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Oops.
Yeah, like he'll say,
No good, cold.
too high. Sorry, man. That
my bad.
this thing don't turn.
Yeah,
Josh is sitting here going, "That's my accent, man."
that's my accent.
So you got to get used to it. When I lived in the UK a few years ago, and I kept getting it all the time.
Yeah.
Everyone would have a crack at my accent.
I think it's awesome. It's funny when he tries to do like a.
Give us one. No, come on,
You
mate.
do what you did at the pub the other day.
Can I pat that
Pat
dog?
the dog.
Can I pat that dog?
Old love's talking normally.
Shane,
and you're taking the piss
Elliot's
out
got
of it.
no friends over here. I feel like I'm going to get shot.
We're friends.
People have guns here, man.
Actually,
You want to shoot me for being funny? That's all. That's on you.
How do you feel? Yeah, I mean, you learn the language is one thing. I mean, I've known Shane since 08. I found out this weekend that I don't want to like completely.
This is the second time you're going to say this on a pod this week.
But
I feel like it's really upset you.
It's fucking really.
He's going to have to write you a card or something.
It's really upset me that like I don't think you understand my not even sarcasm, but like the whole. Oh,
I actually
really?
agree with Shane.
Yeah, but he said you too. So
No,
you're
I know,
not-
but I can see it from his point of view. Because
Okay,
he's literal. I
Okay,
can
so-
see.
I mean, everyone right now is listening, going,
What the
What are we
hell?
talking about? Yeah.
Right, so what we're talking about is Shane's a very literal thinker. Everyone's different. Like I personally love pub chat. I love speculating about things. I like the idea of not knowing if it's right or wrong, but like just talk about it till it's finished. Shane doesn't do small talk. I found this weekend he'll say something and I'm like, oh really? He goes, yeah, really? Like as if I'm calling him a liar.
Why would I lie to you?
And then when I questioned, I said, "Oh, what do you mean? Well, I really?" He goes, "Actually, Elliot, you do this too." He turned on you.
So yeah,
turned on
he
you
got
as well.
vicious real
Got you
quick.
too.
We were in the bus coming. It was actually we were in the bus coming home from Daytona.
Yeah.
Wait, y'all rode the bus back?
Yeah,
We nearly had
so
to get an Airbnb for the week.
So
It was bad.
Shane's old man Cheese and his mate Jace were driving the bus for us, and we're chilling coming back, and we're chatting away because we hadn't seen Shane in ages, right? Like we flew over from
12
Australia,
months, yeah.
haven't seen him for a while, just
Yeah.
shooting the shit, small talk, and then he just got the shits on us because we kept questioning. Well, he thought we were questioning when he'd say something like, "Oh, no, had really good pizza last week," and we'd be like, "Oh, really?"
Really?
And he'd
Like,
be
tell
like,
me where
and
was that or
he'd be like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I did." 2 hours in the trip, he's like, "Why are you questioning me?" And then I'm like, "Yeah, why?" And he's like, "You're doing it too." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck, am I?"
Oh, really?
Like,
Oh, really?
yeah. So it's been a learning week.
But what is the big difference between Zane Smith, I think you're with as well, Blaney, Shane? What's the biggest difference between the drivers, and then how do you go about getting the most out of them? Because I do feel like even above the crew chief, you're probably, when I listen on the weekend, you speak to the driver the most.
You talk a lot, yeah.
Well, you've got a big influence on how the race goes.
yeah. Even though, sorry about the noise in the background.
Yeah, no,
We've
you're
got
right,
Shane.
mate. You're right.
There's noise? Oh, really?
Yeah, we've got Shane in the background, flat packing alcohol in the background.
Having a Ludo, mate.
Yeah, Josh is probably sitting here going, "Man, I sat on door bumper clear. They had like
Door
four.
bumper clear was way more professional.
We got like."
Were they?
No.
That fucking hurts.
I'm joking.
Because I've seen that show.
There we go. Yeah, Josh sitting here going, "Man, door bumper clear had 3 producers, not just Paulie D." I mean, Paulie, we love you, but
He's like, none of them were
I had
pissed.
to sign a letter to go on door bumper clear.
did you actually?
Yeah.
For
Oh,
what?
you're
In case I
kidding.
said something wrong, I guess I couldn't blame them.
Oh, really?
Shit.
He's back.
See, we're like, yeah, really? We don't get it.
See, you know that. I was with you. I was on that level.
You
going,
wanted to know.
Oh,
It's
really?
gonna-
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Oh, wait. Oh, I just realised I said it first.
Yeah, this is going to take some time to work this out.
I just realised that. Yeah, okay, I said it first, didn't I?
Why would he lie about that?
No, I'm like,
didn't lie.
I'm shocked.
He didn't make it up.
See what I
He
mean?
had to
Like,
sign a bit of paper.
That is shocking that you had to sign something.
It was.
Is
I
what
think it's
Scott
probably
meant.
still, if I said something stupid, I couldn't blame them.
Fair enough. We don't ask anyone that.
You're right, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't
we,
care if I get fired.
Well, no,
we actually do.
Scott's pretty good. He's like, if he thinks someone said something or we've said something
Yeah.
that's like potentially going to hurt someone, we will. Most of the time we don't have to edit anything out. We never do, right? We're pretty authentic. But if
But
we think it's going to cause someone harm, we will just
We're
drop
both
it.
exposed to the sport.
Yeah.
Like we went through Penske today.
Yeah.
And then they're like, just don't film inside wheel arches, things like that. It's like, well, we know that anyway.
Yeah.
And also it doesn't add to the story. Our biggest thing is trying to show the personalities and also give fans an insight into the roles within the lane that make the show what it is.
That's
But
why we still
fans-
swear on our show. We don't edit that out.
Yeah,
And then
I
we
mean-
found out on Steak and Pennies, there was a segment, I think someone watched today and they're like, geez, Elliot's been beeped out a lot here because we just
I didn't realise
we just talk
shit-
how we normally talk.
Yeah.
but-
Shit's a bad swear
shit's-
word in
I
America.
say shit too much for American standards because it's just a casual
For us, it's
slang
nothing.
word. But here it's like the F bomb.
Yeah.
So I need to get better at it. But I say it in interviews all the time
say,
because it's a word.
It's
that's
funny y'all's cuss
casual.
words versus our cuss words.
Give us your
Yeah.
best cuss. What's a cuss word that
Is not acceptable.
tolerable here? And then give us one that's maybe borderline.
Oh, that's tough. I use them all. So
What's your favourite?
If I can say,
fuck?
Fuck, yeah, fuck's pretty good.
but like the C,
Yeah.
the
C-
C,
yeah,
the
C-bomb's
C bomb,
no good.
I've removed that from
Yeah,
my
it's not-
vocabulary almost because you can't say that here.
Nah.
it's normal in Australia.
It's a
and,
term
but
of
here-
endearment, as we say.
Yeah, I know we're good
it's-
mates when
here
someone calls me
it's something
that.
you can't say. So.
Yeah. Well, that's
Very
like
different.
a fun one, but you say it here and you're like, oh.
All right, Darlington this weekend. Tyre deg is a big thing we hear about. Positives about the championship though is that they seem to develop a tyre almost every weekend. Back home, we get used to we have 2 tyres, soft tyre, super soft. The super soft is actually the slower of the 2, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's baffling. Yeah, but that's because they're using up last year's tyres and they don't really want to tell you.
Switch the names.
Very
Let's just
different.
change the names. Let's
But
call
here
them A
I
and B or
find-
something like that. But what do you look at this weekend? What are the biggest challenges you're facing? Because we are rolling into Darlington. We will put this out after.
They don't
but-
do it on purpose, but sometimes they nail it. So
Yep.
this tyre is the same tyre as Charlotte. Very different track, very different surface. But so like at Charlotte, well, it's a long race, but here we'll pit every 35, 40 laps. Do 12, 13 pit stops. It's crazy. the fall off.
Someone said today there's possibility of 17 pit stops. James.
I said 12. Did you not listen?
No, the highest. The highest they've done is 17.
I think I said you get 16 or 17 sets of tyres.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably right.
Yeah.
But
Probably
in
got it.
a normal
Which
race.
means you could do 17 stops,
Okay.
is what he said.
But like, so this is the hardest.
This is
This is the hardest part I struggle with.
be the end of our friendship in this pod.
Oh, really?
I mean, potentially.
Zinger!
See what I mean, though? I didn't buy back. I was like, potentially.
I think that's because you're too slow, maybe.
Yeah, you don't get
Sound
it.
check.
See, really, though, Shane, you should take notes because Josh
I'm hitting
has
with that
picked
this
this up
week.
fast.
No, because he is sharp.
He's got
He's
it.
taking the piss out of you
I
now.
am very.
Yeah. He doesn't
I'm a
really-
very
he doesn't
much smart
recognize
ass. I just
He's
hide
smart.
it.
He may talk slow, but he's smart.
He talks slow
Talks
because
slow.
you're the guy on the other end of the radio.
He's going to slow it down for you. It's bloody
Well, that makes
Kiwis.
Okay, carry on. Whatever we were talking about, can
Yeah,
you
what's
please
the hardest
carry
thing
on?
for you
'Cause I
at
can't
Darlington?
remember.
Well, Darlington's hard, right? Because
Yeah.
you have 20 minutes practice. The first lap, the tyres are good for like a high 29. 5 laps later, so like you do your first lap, which is like a look lap. And then the next lap, you're like, okay, I'm good to go. And you'll do the same time. And the next lap, you'll be like, okay, that's my reference. I'll push harder. And it'll be a 30.2. And then like 10
Always digging.
20 laps into a run, you'll be mid 32s.
Yeah.
In 2 corners, you're 2 seconds a lap slower.
Like you get better, but the car just keeps getting slower, so it's hard
Yeah.
to judge how fast
So
you
then,
are.
like into practice, excuse me, you'll be 33s, right? And then qualifying, you get 1 lap. So you drive out of the pits, get going, you go into 3 and 4 at half speed, and then you've got like 1 corner to feel what you've got, and then your lap starts. So you have no reference what grip, and then you got to go rip a low 29. So you got to go almost 4 seconds quicker than what you've just been doing. Whereas at home, you'd get that first set of tyres, and then you build up, and it's rarely difficult here. And that's where the guys are so good because they've done it for so long, but they can just go.
Well, to that as well, I know we're talking about Darlington, but last week at Daytona, your first lap was lap 1 of the race because of the lightning and the weather dramas we had. You had no practice, no qual, and you said to
Right
us in the
into
bus afterwards, you're like, I'm like, because you guys rolled through the lane, and me and Scott are sitting in the box going, what are they doing? I'm like, maybe they're checking pit speed, maybe they're seeing where their bunker is, like, because they haven't done a lap yet. And then they're like, yeah, you're checking pit speed.
Checking pit speed.
Your first time at full speed was turn 1, lap 1 of the race, which is
So Darlington last
Amazing
year,
to think.
my first time there got rained out, which wasn't rained out. It was just a lightning hold because there was a storm next to the track. Anyway, next day, first ever lap of the track was the race.
Straight into it.
You're like starting mid-pack, just...
I think that doesn't get pushed back home enough to our viewers and listeners on the NASCAR
And that's
stuff.
only
They don't
you, right?
understand
Like-
that.
Yeah.
So before COVID,
that
you'd
changed
have
COVID, yeah.
stupid
You
amount
would
of
have
practice.
probably a solid 2 or 3 hours of practice every week
yeah,
before COVID.
I wish it was like that, but that's how it is now.
Well, the crew doesn't.
But I also
Yeah.
but I also think like for our listeners that are backing you to do well, they don't understand the little laps you've actually done on the ovals.
Yeah.
We're getting there, but I know every week, like I learn something, and you get that confidence to yaw it out on entry and know how to sit it on the 2 tires and get the balance. Like it's coming, but I still have so much to learn.
What's
Like,
the
it's
biggest
so
challenge? What do you find the hardest?
Or qualifying, then it puts you in a hole for the race, and then you got to get going. Our qualifying's really improved, and then restarts are really improved, but it's just executing a whole day. Like so much happens throughout a day. It's very rare you have a smooth. Like
Yeah.
it's like a storyline every day. Shit's
Yeah.
happening all the
That's
time.
what I was thinking. Like he was explaining the Darlington where you go out and after 3 laps it's fell off a second. The beginning of the year, that was kind of what hurt us the most because it would take him 5 or 6 laps to kind of understand where
track,
he needed to be.
yeah.
10 laps into most practices, he's pretty close.
Yeah,
But then you have to
you
turn
don't get
right.
the benefit of the tire.
Yeah, and then you have to turn right around 30 minutes later and qualify and find 2 seconds. Well, he'll find a second. Well, that's not enough. So then you're still 30 second. Where now all that window is way smaller. I feel like we're beginning of the year we were 8/10 off trying to find it. Now we're 2/10 off trying to find it. So like that's been the biggest thing. And then I think the next step's just like racing dirty air, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know how to maximize
It's all
that.
car placement because
Yeah.
like we only have one corner where we do 300 Ks. Is the Conrod
Yeah.
or the Kink at Bathurst. Now it's
Yeah, what was the speed at Daytona? Where that came up a few questions.
that's actually not that
108,
fast because you're so
180?
restricted on power.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like at Vegas, you tip in there at 315 probably kilometers, and you're just like,
Fucking hell.
so see if it sticks.
Yeah,
and then he's like,
literally basically wide open, like
Yeah, and
as
like-
much as you can be wide open.
so he'll be on SMT, and like Vegas this year, I did reasonable in qualifying, but like in practice, I was just learning half throttle, turn one, and then like I think we're probably 10th out, for example, and he'll be like, oh, X was half throttle, oh, X was 3/4 for half the corner, oh, he just went flat, and I'm like, oh, now I got to go flat because it's, and he's watching it live on SMT, and they're giving me the info, and I'd never done it flat before, and I just went in and just 2-footed it. I ain't lifted it.
2 foot, you mean like right foot
Jam
down,
it on,
left
yeah,
foot
Put my
top?
left foot on, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not lifting.
But like
and then,
that stuff's like the most, like I said, like enjoying working
Yeah.
with him. Is
Yep.
like that's the most satisfying when like you explain to him what somebody else is doing and you see him like.
yeah, you have
I
to
wouldn't
do
say
it.
work up the courage. It's just like I haven't
try
done
it.
that before, but I have to find a way to
Even-
do it.
And are
it
you watching?
works.
Are you watching Shane's SMT
Yeah.
at the time? And you go,
I normally know by like the middle of 1 and 2 if like it's gonna be a good lap or
Yeah.
not.
Even Michigan, like we went nowhere near flat, and then they're like, "Yep, he's flat." Oh shit! Well, I'm not lifting that. And
Gotta
you're just
try
like,
Well,
Yeah.
it's the whole thing. If he can do it, I can do it.
yeah.
2 arms, 2 legs, man.
Yeah.
What do we expect?
Which is the downside of SMT too. Everyone sees
Yeah.
your stuff,
Which,
but
Yeah.
but then that happens on the road course too, though. It's up to everyone else. They see what you do.
Goes back and
I
forth.
think
But
one thing too that we're talking about, like you getting better on the ovals, is when we were in the bus listening to you talk when we were watching back last year about the power surge and the pushes and things like that, which are quite obviously big on the ovals to try and get that right zone. And just listening to the way you were talking, we were chatting about it afterwards. When you
yeah,
went
like
there,
it probably blew your mind.
Well,
But to me, I wouldn't have understood it last year. How
no.
to see the energy.
Yeah, like I've been watching NASCAR for the last, I don't know, 15 years.
Yep.
And I reckon I learnt more about watching a NASCAR race in 20 minutes with you in
the
the
way it
bus and like
unfolds.
just chatting to you over dinner and stuff than what I'd ever just as a casual viewer.
Yeah.
And understanding what's actually happening. And that's even as a driver,
Yeah.
you know, until you've done, and that's obviously everything you've learned over the last couple of years, mate.
Yeah.
But like I get excited by that because I was like, this is cool. 'Cause
He's
we
getting it.
obviously back you and what
Yeah.
you can do. And I'm like, this is fucking good.
Well,
'Cause he's on it now. Like,
Elliot Baggs Denny Hamlin, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah. He's a big Denny.
big Denny
Yeah, he's a big
Denny
Denny
was in the
fan.
bus next to me at Daytona, and he's hanging out by the door all the time trying to.
Denny
I was like,
actually
there he is
locked
again.
the
He's
door.
going
He
fishing.
saw-
He's over in the pond.
Yeah.
Denny saw Elliot and locked the door. But all right, well, we are into playoffs.
Picks every week.
How many
Denny
rounds?
Hamlin.
How many rounds is the playoff series? How many? What do we got? What do you need to do to stay in through round 1 and round 2?
Yeah, round of 16.
3
there's
rounds of
3
3.
races every round. Knocks 4 out every time.
There's 3 rounds of 3, and then the final round is just 1 race.
So to make it through the first round, 3 rounds. Roval is the 3rd round, isn't it?
Second round.
So we're,
So what do you need to do then? What do fans back home? What do you need to do to make it through to? I mean, a big call. I want to see in the final 4 for the final race. But what would you need? Well, yeah, hey. Even Josh took
go
it
easy on him.
It's
He's
a lot of
a rookie
If we
this
make
year.
the final 4,
don't
there's going to be a
care.
lot of headaches around here than the weekend before.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of. I mean, Dale Jr. will be like, no more road courses, no more road courses.
What are you going to do?
6 out of 38 is way too many.
Yeah, we're going 37 ovals, 1 road course. That's it.
No
and the
road
road
Why are you
course,
doing the accent?
And the road
You're
course-
going to get us in trouble, mate.
the road course only turns left.
All he's shaking his head.
Actually, I'm going to ask. I would have the ball stars Dale Jr. But
Let's FaceTime him.
See, Dale
Let's
Jr.
not.
to him is like Denny to me.
but
You're a big Dale Jr. guy.
I'm a big Dale Jr. fan.
Well, he's the equivalent of you to Dale's dad, Dale Senior. I need to find
Dale
out.
Senior, my
I'm
dad.
a big-
See
I'm a
that
big Dale
picture of you
Jr.
with the helmet on.
We'll show it
Either
afterwards.
put that
I don't
on
want
the-
that
we'll
picture.
put that-
I
that needs
just,
to go on the pod.
I don't know what it is. I mean, the documentaries and everything. I've just got to I just appreciate it.
My
And
favorite thing about him is he could be a complete asshole if he really wanted to.
Dale
and
Jr.
he-
or Dale Jr.?
Dale Jr. Dale
Yep.
Jr. And he's like the most down to earth,
Yeah.
coolest guy ever.
and then can drive a race car. He's a badass driver.
Mm-hmm.
I just I don't know what it is, but I also like that I can disagree with him on his podcast and go, well, from my perspective, like I've got into the road courses, and from Australia, the road courses are familiar. I think 30 ovals, 6 road courses is good for someone like myself because I will stick around now for the ovals and watch the rest of the championship. I think it's good for the sport. I think it grows the demographic. So I would say I disagree with, having less road courses, but also just from the history of the sport, I know that the sport itself, when it became competition, was always oval, short tracks. That's where
Yeah.
it starts. But when you talk about moonshine and escaping the police, I imagine I don't know what you called them, but back home we call them roundabouts. You didn't just drive around roundabouts till someone ran out of fuel or crashed. You had to turn right at some point to escape the police or get away from them. So
you're on dirt roads, not
you're
dirt
on dirt roads.
lefts.
You turn left, you turn right.
Yeah.
He's playing this all week.
Yeah.
He's playing this speech all week. He did this in the mirror 4 times tonight.
I need to dig out Dale's number for you, and you just repeat that. He's practiced that one in the mirror, isn't he?
Pop him on speaker right now. Pop Dale on speaker.
I was like, don't ever introduce me to Scott Pye.
What do you think of the playoffs, though?
No, forget the playoffs, but like road courses first. How many do you think should be road courses? How many should be ovals? Because I've been waiting for the opportunity to sit with someone that has grown up through NASCAR and is a fan of Dale Senior, Dale Junior. Because I do disagree with Dale Junior. How many do you think should be ovals, and how many should be road courses?
I have a unique way of thinking about this, and it's probably changed my.
If you weren't spotting
do not
SVG, no, I'm just saying,
road course spotter.
yeah, if you weren't spotting
I'm really good
SVG,
spot. Yes, okay, but I still have.
because I think that
Put your
could.
Dale Senior hat on.
Okay,
What are you
I'm gonna
doing?
put my Dale Jr. hat on because
Dale Jr.
There
Years
we
ago,
go.
even.
Dale
Yeah.
Jr. won 90% of his races at restrictor plate races.
Okay.
That's a fair number. Like just ballparking. Like if his 30 wins, 20 some of them were restrictor plate races.
Yep.
How many restrictor plate races or drafting tracks are there? 6?
6.
Is that too many? Right.
I like it.
And I also look at it
Yeah, I'm with you.
is that more skill
There was 4
or
in his
luck?
day, wasn't there?
There was 4 in his day, yeah. And there's 6 now with Atlanta. And that's not counting Michigan. That's pretty much a drafting track for 15 laps until it gets sprung out.
Yep.
So there's at least 6 that are drafting kind of luck of missing the wreck. Like not taking away anything from Blaney, but he was running 13th the other day with 2 to go.
Yeah.
Is that more skill or is driving away from the field by 16 seconds in Mexico more skill?
Yeah,
I'll be honest. I mean, putting
turning left
16
or
seconds on
right.
the field is more skill.
That's how I feel about it. And maybe I'm skewed a little bit because of where we are now. But I feel like if 6 drafting tracks is the right number and 6 Bristols, Martinsvilles, and Richmond, or 5 of those, whatever it is, when you add in Iowa and Wilkesboro, like there's 8
Pretty
or 9.
decent spread.
Yeah, there's 8 or 9 half miles. Why is 6 of one style track too many? Like 100% may have been
I'm with
too
you.
many in one window. Like spread them out some.
I agree with because
Like,
at the
make the
moment
schedule
you've got
better.
6 weeks of Shane Van Gisbergen.
Yeah,
You
that's-
get that.
Like,
that's-
I understand from that
they
standpoint
spread
of
that
like,
There's Coda and then almost 3 months. Or
yes,
something.
I agree with
you
that
spread
part.
it out
like
better.
one a month
let's
or
soften the blow.
yeah,
Yeah.
make the
We don't need
schedule
to hear
better.
about Shane for 5 weeks straight.
But 6 races, I thought it was great. But no, genuinely,
You're on a
So
run
did
too, man.
Shane.
Between Trucks, Xfinity, and Shane, you've had a run.
I
I
went the whole
appreciate
month
that, though.
of
That's
July
good to
without
hear.
missing a race, without winning a race.
Yeah, that is a good way to put it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like you take it Daytona the other night, there was how many guys in the top 6 that hadn't won a race all year? 4 or 5. Like, not taking away from any of them, but that's all because of that style track that anybody could win.
Yeah. Well, 2 weeks ago, Austin Dillon won. He's won behind Shane in the regular
Yeah.
championship points, and no one talked about
Yeah,
it.
that's-
it was just
that's
like, well,
his-
he won on an oval.
No one teared up about
Yeah,
it.
that's his track. He can win 2 or 3. Brad Keselowski
Yep.
has been close at the plate tracks. Or
Austin Cindric, Daytona,
Austin
every time.
Cindric,
So
same
if not for the crash on the
Yep.
weekend,
I was
he
with
was probably
Blaney
right
for
there.
9 years. I think he's got like 16 wins. Like 11 of them are plate races.
Yeah.
But nobody really talks about that.
I think Cup Series should stop talking about drivers being specialists in certain areas as well, because globally, being a road course racer doesn't make you a specialist.
Yes.
That's just like that is
Yeah.
a common driver of a car that can turn left
It's
and
a good
right.
thought process. Yeah.
I feel like the specialist, and also I feel like that divides the fan base, and from someone who isn't an American NASCAR fan, but also loves NASCAR. Like I almost feel bad when I talk on pods because, I even said to Elliot when we finished on the Stacking Pennies one, I was like, I feel a little bit bad that I wasn't more positive about supercars because I genuinely love what we do back home, but I'm so in love at the moment with the pit stops, the spot. I mean, even tonight the chat's been it just flows as like a fan talking to. There's an opportunity to talk to you about the spotter, and it's so unique. But I think the sports, you got to be careful when you call things a niche. It does divide the fans a little bit, and I think the only niche is oval racing.
Yeah. And I think the biggest thing with like some of the road course stuff, Mexico, Chicago, like if you're going to go to new places, they're not going to spend billions of dollars to build an oval.
Yeah,
Like you spend millions of dollars to put a track through Chicago, and you get everybody in the city of Chicago to come to the race. Like
100%.
That's incredible. Same thing with San Diego next year, or going to Mexico. Like,
Well, since Chicago, I've watched almost every oval race since.
yeah,
Prior to Chicago,
you're gonna watch this.
I don't reckon I watched a full completion of an oval
Yeah.
race.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of fans that are the same as myself.
Yep.
I've come for the road courses. It's only 6 of 36, 38.
38.
Maybe?
all
So is
total.
there 32 ovals? How many? What is it? 30 ovals? 6
There's
30 courses?
38 total counting the All-Star races.
Yep.
So there would be 32 ovals.
And
Yep.
the clash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just say, Dale Jr., if I have the opportunity to talk to you, I don't think it's too bad to have some road courses in there. I think you got a lot of ovals. Let's try and educate maybe some people on what the differences are between the ovals, because they are very different.
That's the biggest thing is how different the ovals are. They're not just an oval.
Yep.
Like Darlington versus Atlanta versus Dover versus Kansas. Like,
Yeah.
Even the mile and a half.
Yeah,
Kansas
it's
versus
crazy.
Vegas. They're
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
different.
And
I've got
like-
no idea. Yeah,
like
I mean,
Kansas
I'm-
versus Vegas on paper, you'd be like, oh, same track.
Same stuff.
yeah. You
They-
said earlier before, open your mind.
Yeah.
They don't tend to promote the plate races either back home. Like you don't actually know.
Plate races are the most
I didn't know there was
watched
plate
here,
races.
by far.
Yeah.
But they
Crazy.
don't.
I
But they
can't-
don't actually like. Do you know? I mean, if you're watching the telecast back home, they go, "Hey guys, it's a plate race. So what this means is this, and this is the difference in the racing." Blah blah. They don't actually
didn't know
do
there
that.
was
So
plate
you don't
races at
actually.
Understand why they're all packed together.
Well, you
and-
just don't know the difference. And like you're saying, some drivers have a really good strike rate on road courses. Some
Yeah.
drivers have a really good strike rate on plate races.
Exactly.
What are the differences? What's the different style of racing? What does that mean for the viewer at home? Because, as Scotty's saying,
They-
the road
so
courses
that's-
and Shane have brought viewers from around the world into NASCAR
Yeah.
now.
But if
and
I
I'd
can
love
add-
to see the
if I
stats.
can add
but we
something-
don't
You
know
can
it.
just say, oh, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
Just interrupt me, go from there. Yeah.
But they don't. So like Larko dumbs it down or explains the technical stuff here. They love dumbing it down here. Like they make the car seem so simple and agricultural, simple American V8.
Still just
But
a stock
it's
car running moonshine.
Stock car, yeah, but it's when underneath it's the like the most technically advanced car I've ever driven with all the details they put in, the
Yep.
simulator.
You feel like you learned more about cars being here
like
than
all
you
the
had your
splitter
whole
stuff
career.
and aero shape and everything, but they just keep it so simple. Everything's so simple about the racing, and that's what I guess
Yeah.
makes it exciting for the fans or open to everyone because they keep it so basic. Like you don't
so-
get the people over explaining all these little things no one's
So do you think that a
understands.
normal fan at home just watching on the catch in Australia doesn't care whether it's a plate race or not? They don't want to know the difference? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know, but you don't. They don't explain things you don't care about. Like I would love to tell the general Joe blogs all about the differential and what we do to make it turn or the
It's not about
geometry. They don't really care, do they? But
Yeah.
to us, it's hard to make technology and simulation seem exciting. I think so. Keeping it basic sometimes is simple and works.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, it's been an amazing chat tonight. I feel
No,
like
it's awesome.
it's been fun. We've chatted since dinner into the pod, and it's felt like we just started from nothing
Been
with
good.
absolutely no structure and completely.
We had no
derailed.
notes on this. We were just like, yeah, this is great. We want to talk to this
Ship it.
guy, get him in, couple of
We
beers.
did. Josh, you share a name with an Xfinity driver as well.
Yeah,
so
they
I
didn't
didn't-
just say what I hoped they'd say.
Yeah. Why'd you park it on the infield at Atlanta? What happened there?
I was high. I needed a burger.
Okay, right, okay.
I was tired.
Appreciate your time. Good luck at Darlington. It's
Yeah.
been, honestly, this week, the reason we wanted to do it was nice that Shane actually reached out to you as well and said, hey, we'd love to do
Absolutely.
a chat on the pod because I had seen you on Door Bumper Clear and
Oh,
chat. I watched it. I actually watch, to be honest, I watched Dale Jr.'s. I watched, and fuck me, I've just realised Shane's
He's
taking
just so slow. He's just in first gear plodding along. Yeah.
See what I mean, though? I thought it was nice. I'm like, yeah, look, you know what? I'll tell you more.
So nice.
Okay,
That's you being the
He's like,
nice
yeah,
guy.
I've got
and
another
him
5
being
minutes to explain this.
I'm like, fuck. I'm like thinking, fuck, I need to wrap this show up. And then Shane's like, tell me more. I'm like, okay, I'll give you more detail.
Which podcast is your favorite?
Oh, that's tough.
I'll jump in.
Denny Hamlin. I like Actions.
It is Denny, yeah.
I've actually swayed
Action's
towards Door
detrimental.
Bumper Clear lately. Not like previously, yep, Action's detrimental, Stacking Pennies, love both those. But the last probably 4 or 5 weeks, I've actually really enjoyed Door Bumper Clear. I just think they've got a nice, relaxed vibe.
I listen to Dale's when he has a guest on that I like.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I'll listen to Denny's if it's something controversial going on because I know he'll just kind of say it how it is.
As
Yeah.
it is, yeah.
and I'll listen to DBC if like one of my guys wins or does something dumb.
Let's see what they say.
Yeah, just a guy who did
One
video.
of my guys did something dumb. What are they going to say about him this week?
Scott's the Australian version of Denny Hamlin for our show because.
Is there a,
As in, you'll say what you think. Like, there's no, do you know what I mean? Which
I
is
have
great.
no filter.
Yeah. So you have no
you may
filter.
have
but
learned
I
that.
don't once this little thing gets switched off.
Pardon?
I don't have a filter once this is off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I struggle with when it's off versus on. There's not
what,
like
what you see is what you get with Scott, which is why our fans love it. Which is
when
great.
someone upsets me, like when Shane keeps saying, "Oh, really?" Like it genuinely gives me the shits.
Oh, really?
This week has really, and I napped before this podcast because I was at my fucking.
He was on, we were driving around town today. He was on a tether. We had no lunch. We hadn't eaten. He's on about 2 hours sleep.
Because Shane told you a place that was closed.
If
Dude,
someone-
I was at my wit's end. I
He
said to him,
was
I'm
on
not having
edge.
fucking sleep. I'm not doing a pod tonight because if Shane once says to me, "Oh, really?" I reckon I'll throw a fucking rugby ball at his head or one of the helmets.
I think one of my
carbon.
favorite things to work with Shane is like when we're not actually working that we like goof off and are assholes to each other, and then when it's like in a meeting and working, it's like very serious. That's kind of my favorite thing. It's like we
I
can
reckon
be.
that's an Aussie Kiwi
Some-
thing.
Yeah, you got the switch when it's time to
You
go
can switch
and
on.
work. You
Yeah,
work
it's very
and then-
fun of like we'll just be assholes to each other and joke and say stuff that's very inappropriate, and then like meeting starts is like, all right, what do we need to do?
I love it. I'll be honest. It's been one of my most fun pods tonight. It's
Yeah,
had the least
thank you.
structure. It's been just chit chat. Good luck, Darlington. Kick some ass.
Thank you.
Good luck in the playoffs.
as well. Final four.
You've called it. When you said that, Shane's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, you said we're about to get knocked out or something. So what did you say we were? We were
Did
making
I?
It, yeah, you said we weren't making it very far or something earlier.
Well, he sucks turn left all the time. Throw a
you would
right
think it'd
into
be
it.
easier. You don't have to think about the rights.
Let's-
I
It's
tried
more
to
left.
tell you, turn 3 at Darlington, you got to turn right into
Yeah,
the
it's not for
pocket.
me. I'm not racing this weekend. You sort that out.
Have another beer and turn the mics off, or whatever that girls
Let's
drink
call it a
is.
night.
Thanks for coming in, mate. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you guys for having us.
Oh, poor Ronald.
Lost his quad lock.